talking about beating puppies worth.
I am the biggest dog lover out of all of us. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
John
more than
Wick
me.
will fucking kill you.
I'm on John Wick's side. He can have my 6.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that sounded really gay.
I almost go see
John Wick can take my 6 all day.
What's up, guys? It's the Friendly Fire Podcast. It's some number. We were bickering about that. It's 67, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is 67.
I was going to correct you.
I decided.
Get it right.
Why 6 afraid of 7? 7.
Oh my God, you can leave.
I'll see myself.
This is the last episode Pat was ever on.
Thank you.
So
Thank you for having me.
I'll see myself out.
he's been a terrible guest. So hold on.
Episode 1, parentheses 67, coming soon.
So there's
2017.
we hope.
We hope.
Josh Roberts 2020.
Yeah, right?
Or maybe. I don't know.
Fake news.
So there's 4 of us here.
Yeah.
Like normal, I guess, kind of.
Yeah, that's kind of the normal.
We've kind of lost a few people along the way.
That's kind of the normal like turnout
Right.
from now on.
It's snowing outside.
Sean's not
Well,
here
as well.
really, we got hungry,
Has
and
it started
I mean,
snowing?
Yeah, it's
They're-
snowing.
Okay.
honestly, they were the best targets, so we were faster than them.
We drew straws.
Yep.
They lost.
Like yesterday, it was like in the 70s, and now it's snowing.
Yeah.
Right?
Welcome to Nebraska.
You're in the
weather.
Midwest.
Perfect weather to cook your missing podcast members outside.
Yeah, last week a lot of people had some shenanigans going on. We're working on it right now, but me and Josh did do a video of us playing a certain very fun game, which will be coming up hopefully this week, if not by the end of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun one, so should be fun to
It's a
edit.
classic game that we all enjoy.
A lot of trash talking.
Oh, yeah. So much trash talking.
You guys can fight over who starts.
I'll start.
I'll kill you.
He won.
I won.
I'll kill you. I'll kill
I'll
you.
kill you.
Come on, say it. Shout it.
Ciao, yeah.
Shout it.
So I didn't get a whole lot of time to play the games this week because I was out in Denver over the weekend.
Who are
last
you?
Weekend. Oh, I'm Worth. First
I
name.
guess nobody introduced
First name
himself. We
Worth.
just kind of yelled out who
Last
wasn't
name
here.
Worth. So I was out in Denver over the weekend. So I didn't get a whole lot of time to play games over the weekend because that's usually my time to play video games, just because it's my days off. But yeah, I mean, free weed though.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you? So what'd you do down there?
Well, of course I'm gonna fucking like take advantage of it. Why not?
Dude,
it's
did
legal.
you actually go like in one of the dispensaries to get it?
I didn't go to the dispensary. No, I just my sister's boyfriend had plenty. So just, yeah.
What games were you thinking about?
Andromeda, because that's all I want to fucking play right now. Because it's so
yeah,
close.
no fucking shit.
So,
right?
but I start. I mean, just kind of segue back to that. Like I've been playing Mass Effect 3 quite a bit this week, just to kind of get myself in the mood and like, because I want to finish. Seriously though, I want to finish my current playthrough. What?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, Kenny G.
Yeah.
There
you
you
go.
go. But I want to finish my current playthrough to kind of get myself in the mood for Andromeda, and I'm about 20 hours into this one. I just beat the mission where Cerberus attacks the Citadel, so killed Counselor Dina because he's a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute before I forget. We need to schedule the Mass Effect podcast. Should
We
we
need to
like
do it-
pick a definitive
Ooh,
day?
Yeah, the week before
So-
Andromeda releases, which is March.
No,
20.
we need to record before that so we can have it like edited.
So we can have it out.
Yeah.
Oh,
true.
So
man.
that's why we need to figure out exactly when. We can do that later, but I just didn't want to forget.
Yeah.
Mass Effect Andromeda comes out on March 21st, which is a Tuesday. Now, we always record the podcast every Thursday, and it releases on Mondays usually. So we should have enough time.
We're
that.
definitely going to have it out as soon as
Yeah.
Andromeda drops. So
yeah.
yeah, that's going to be exciting, man. I can't wait for that. We've actually been talking about doing that podcast since we all got together.
Yeah,
Like
and
since
it's
we
finally gonna
started
happen.
Friendly Fire.
It's finally gonna happen.
That's going to be madness, dude. We're gonna have so many awesome debates and fuck yous and
I need to rewatch the Indoctrination Theory. So
I do too. Yeah, we need to. We'll do some research.
we'll do that.
Yeah.
So we need to bring.
Oh,
good,
that video?
Oh, I'm so
we
excited.
need to bring good talking points.
That
for
video is
podcast.
fucking amazing.
It's very good.
It's like a half an hour, but it's totally worth it, especially if you're lore nerd like I am.
Yeah.
Nerd.
But,
Nerd.
yeah, I'll take it.
I mean, I'm this current playthrough. I never played through as a Vanguard. And this is the one playthrough I've ever done where I play as a Vanguard. But I usually play Adepts or Infiltrators, or I did one Soldier playthrough. I played through the game like 7 times. The whole series, I should say. But yeah, played that. Played some Siege because it's the usual thing to do nowadays for me. Me, Josh, and Mike had played some Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2 actually.
So I was watching Netflix last night, and I was like, "Why the fuck are they playing that? Like, of all the games, why did you guys do that?"
Because Josh rage quit on Siege because he was having an off night.
I'm so pissed,
and
man.
He was like, "Why don't we play a game that we all have?" And we were gonna play Rocket League, but I had to download an update for Rocket League. Scrub. I haven't played it in a while, but
set your Xbox offline or
so we couldn't do that. So he's like, "Why don't we play Plants vs Zombies?" And Mike is like, "Yeah, let's do that." We haven't played that in a while, so we just hopped on and. It was fun. I mean, we did pretty well, considering I haven't played the game in like 2 months.
What did you play?
Turf Takeover.
Is that right? That's all I play in that game.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we did the rabbit one and we quit halfway through. We didn't understand what was going on. It was crazy.
It's like
we just ran around killing shit and then we all just quit. We're just like, this is dumb. We're not doing this.
Like, how do we get points? How do we win?
I don't know.
Just going around shooting shit.
I mean, I suppose like if I had time for words, I probably would have read what the game mode is before jumping in. But
Yeah. I can't read.
If you're worth, you don't know how to read.
Oh, thanks. And so we played that for a while, and then I downloaded the free game on Xbox Live this week for Games with the Goal. Like, I downloaded Project Cars.
I saw you playing that.
Well, God, I mean, here's the thing about this game. It's trying way too hard to be like Forza, and it's definitely not Forza. Like, it's trying to make a realistic driving. Like, I love driving simulator games because I'm a huge car nut, but like. Dude, it's just not. It cannot compete. The driving, the driving controls like the worst I've ever played out of any simulator racing game ever.
Is it worse than Grand Theft Auto 4 or Grand?
That's not a simulator though. I'm talking driving simulator.
Okay, like Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo. Like the steering mechanics are worse than Michael J. Fox sitting in a massage chair. It's like it's that jerky and shaky. Like it's just not. And that was my reference I was talking about, by the way, Josh.
Worth said he's been practicing material for the podcast.
You're practicing material.
I am.
You're like, I gotta be on point every day.
Oh, so funny.
But I got into the first race because like you have to start your career mode racing like little go-karts or whatever to work your way up into racing like supercars and stuff. Which is, I mean, that mechanic itself is pretty cool. So because you're starting as like a new driver. So, but I mean, just get your fucking steering and driving mechanics correct. It's just not.
It's not string theory, bro.
It's not string theory. I lasted like maybe half a lap and I rage uninstalled the game. It was
You uninstalled it?
I uninstalled it. I'm like, this game sucks. No
That's
way.
Funny.
I'm never playing this again. And on top of that, the intro takes like 20 minutes before you can actually get into the race because it spends all this time like explaining like, oh, if you do this is how you can like build points up for your career and recognition and blah blah blah. And you can share stuff on Twitter and I'm like, I don't care about this. I just want to race and try this game out. And eventually I got to it. I'm like, this is what I waited 20 minutes for. Fuck this.
Yeah.
You're getting the axe, bro.
Yeah.
So
it
was. Don't buy it. Don't play it.
I've kind of noticed a trend with free-to-play driving games, like any of them.
It's not free to play though. It's
not free.
It's free this month, so
it
does cost.
Right. So. Sorry. You know what I mean though. So on Games of Gold or PlayStation Plus. So anytime that there's a driving game released, like it's usually terrible. I don't know why that is either.
I mean, I noticed like they have a lot of free DLC available for it, like so you can unlock different cars and kind of really specialty cars that people enjoy that are in demand. But it's like it doesn't help. Yeah, it's nice that you offer those cars as free DLC, but if your game sucks, then what's the point? Yeah. So I don't know.
You're not wrong.
It's just not good. Not good.
Worth asking the real questions.
The tough questions, the hard questions that are no one wants to answer.
Did you play anything else?
No, that's it. That's all I played this week. What about you, Josh?
Well, not to take the attention away from you or anything.
That wasn't asking for it.
I'm literally not.
You were asking for it with what you were wearing.
I do look good in skinny jeans, though.
God damn it.
So you do it later.
Mainly Rainbow Six Siege. Like to the point where I'm kind of getting at a point to it, like where I was with Rocket League, where like I just like it's literally like oh my god, it's so unbelievably rage inducing that I just can't deal with it. Like, I was like, I know I pulled the trigger first. I saw him first. I was like, I know that I should have killed him. And like, I'm just like, nope, I can't accept that. So, oh man. So I'm taking a little bit of a break from Siege for now. I did play some ESO. So that was something. Usually, like, it takes a little bit for me to get on ESO. But once I'm actually on ESO, I'll sit there and play for hours.
It's funny. That seems to be kind of like a trend for some people. Like, that happens to me even. Sometimes I just don't feel like it, but then as soon as I turn it on, I force myself. That's all I want to do.
Yeah, it's so addicting.
But you said that, and Jared said the same thing. There's like, I don't really want to all the time, but then when you start, it's just like,
you don't stop.
I'm in now.
Yep. So,
it's the little like, when you do something, obviously, a little dopamine goes in your brain.
Right,
it's
yeah.
like, I did a quest, yay! And then the next thing you know, you pick up another question, like, oh, it's not that far away. They trick you all the time.
And then you're like almost to the next level. You're like, well, fuck, I might as well, level up. So.
Remember that one time we were playing like last week where you just kept throwing balls of mud at me?
Yeah,
that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, special holiday stuff, mud balls.
My worst story about that, I can't remember if I've talked about it on the podcast or not. Back when Vanilla WoW was going on. You had to get to level 40 to get your first mount in the game. And
what?
Yeah.
Level 40?
Originally. Yeah, they bumped it down to level 20 in a couple of the expansions. But I hit level 39, and it was about like 8 o'clock at night, and my bedtime was supposed to be like 9:30, 10 o'clock at the house. And so I'm like, all right, night, Mom, blah, blah, blah. Dude, I played until like 4 o'clock in the morning. I wanted that mount so bad. Like, I was like, I'm so close to getting this thing, and I just grinded and quested. And then I totally fell asleep during my geometry class that day because I finally got my mount. And I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I'm ready to go. And it was like, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. I had to wake up in like an hour and a half. And that was it.
I've done that on so many nights with Final Fantasy 15 over the course of the last 3 months. I tortured myself and kept myself awake for doing
close.
that. Yeah, I know. Oh, man. So, anyway, Worth. Would you like to tell our audience what you named your fucking character in ESO?
I named him Dick Tarp.
You got away with it?
Yeah. Oh,
I named him Dick Tarp. And it shows it.
Because I stand behind my boys.
Is it D-I-K or is it D-I-C-K?
D-I-C-K Tarp.
D-I-C-K Tarp.
Well, a person's name can be Dick.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
Well, I understand that. I know.
But it's all one word. It's Dick Tarp, all one word.
It's just
like,
oh my god, dude. I didn't know whether like to just laugh hysterically at you or just like be insanely disgraced that you named your character.
Dick Top knows all the spills.
So funny. I've never seen anybody in an MMORPG like just be like, oh, I'm gonna name my character after a dick. I've never seen that before. You never cease to amaze me.
It's it's kind of an inside joke between me and Sean. That's what it started with. But because it's because of a radio show we listen to.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
Yeah,
you don't have to go into it.
Yeah, but I'm like, I'm listening to my character Dick Tarp.
Nice. That's PvZ. I think that's pretty much it for me. I didn't play anything else. What about you, Schlurgen?
I mostly played ESO.
A
lot of ESO.
Well, the housing update came out. So you can finally buy your own houses.
What? Never mind. Real estate joke. Haha.
Nah.
Oh, wow. Then, yeah. No.
I just blacked out.
And I was like, what?
What happened?
For all 0 of you that got that.
Yeah, right.
Where are we?
So anyways, since Worth just ruined the whole podcast. So, now housing DLC is out. I bought a house. It was really cheap, like only 40. Well, I say really cheap, only 40,000 gold. And I was like, I'm not super satisfied with this. I'm probably going to use that as like a display place for stuff. So I'm going to save up again to get a much better house. And so I finally got on the guild trading store, and I'm making money.
Do you have to?
I'm excited.
Can you like I remember in Skyrim, you'd buy a house, and then you could put like books in the bookshelf to make it look cool,
Yeah.
and then they had the things on top where you could like display items and weapons and shit like that.
Oh.
Do they do that in this one too?
I mean, from what I've seen, I have done very little, honestly, so far. I bought a house, I kind of looked at it, and then I decided I didn't want it, so I haven't messed with it again yet. But you can customize pretty much anything. Like if you buy a table, you can place it like anywhere you want.
Can you put crafting like
I
tables
see. I don't
in
know.
there?
I probably can't answer like any of these questions
No, I know,
because
that's
I haven't
fine.
done enough yet. But it's kind of like honestly, the editor reminded me a little bit of Fallout because like in Fallout,
The
you know,
shelter system, or
because you just
the
hold the
settlement
button down
system,
and then
yeah.
you can just take your items and move them literally anywhere on the ground.
rotate them and all that
It's
stuff.
very similar to that in some ways from what I've seen so far.
Cool.
So basically, I started that and then I was like, well, fuck, I want to buy a new house, so I'm saving up more gold. I can steal about 12,000 gold a day, and I'm also selling stuff on the Guild Trader store, and I've made about 20-ish thousand so far from that in 2 days.
My last question about it.
Rolling in money.
Because
What up?
Bill,
Yeah.
like in Fallout, you know, you had to get like crafting items, you know,
Mhm.
like wood and steel and all that. Do you have to do that in
Yeah.
this one too?
Oh
You
yeah.
have to find like ore and wood
All
and
kinds of stuff. I haven't delved into that very far either, but yes, you do need a lot of crafting
Okay,
materials.
well,
you
that
can also
actually-
buy them straight up if you
Yeah.
want, or you can buy recipes to learn to craft, or you can use the crowns to buy stuff too.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot of
Okay,
ways
well,
to
that's
get
cool
the
because
stuff, yeah.
if you're just like, I don't want to spend money.
If you don't want to spend
know,
time, yeah, or
Well-
you don't want to spend real money, you can find it in.
Well, not
game,
real
yeah.
money. It's like, you know, you spent 40,000
Mhm.
on the house instead of spending, you know, another, you know, 6,000 to build a table and a couple chairs.
Right.
You can actually just run out and go grab, you know,
Yeah.
wood and all that stuff. I like that aspect. That's
Yeah.
really cool because me, I'd be like, fuck you. I'm not gonna pay for that. I'm gonna go out and get it myself.
Well, and one cool thing is that you, some of your, I guess it might not be cool because it might be kind of hard to do, but it ties in your, like if your certain skills in game are not high enough, you can't craft certain things. So you need to actually have a high enough
like
skill
woodworking
tier.
and all that.
Yeah, similar
Okay,
to get,
cool.
yeah. So it's kind of cool. It makes you work for more aspects of the game. It's pretty cool.
That's fair.
I like it.
Replay value.
Yeah.
You know what I think would be kind of cool, like with like kind of what you're telling me about this update is what if there was a way that Bethesda, if you're listening, you're probably not, but whatever.
Zenimax.
Yeah. What if there was a way you could build a house and then you could turn around and sell that house to another player, and they could like, you know, sell other items there at the store, but you collect like, you know, income or like in-game currency from them, but they're like selling their items in their like house they bought from you, but they're pretty much like they're paying you rent pretty much in the game, so you're collecting residual currency while they're selling their like unwanted items. to
Well,
other
you're
players.
kind of combining the housing DLC with how the guild store works currently.
Yeah.
So if you're in a guild, the people who run the guild can set, they can basically charge you to have access to the guild store.
Right.
So it's kind of like that, and also the guild takes a cut itself from the items.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have in the game, you have to go to a guild trader specifically. So you could go to a player and just trade things straight up, but then that player in your scenario would have to stand there and basically transact.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a way
so-
you could like kind of set up like a menu system for that.
That might kind of negate the guild trader though.
Yeah.
If the players, that's a cool idea for sure. I don't know if it would work in ESO. I think that would work in a other kind of MMO style
MMO.
game. That's a cool. Yeah, I like that. I like that concept actually. It kind of makes the player more in charge.
It's
of
pretty
their
much
own-
like your real estate. You're investing in real estate in the game.
Yeah.
So you buy some land or build a house or whatever, and then like essentially rent it out from another player, and then they set up a store to sell whatever items
Yeah.
that they don't want or something to another player, and then you collect a cut of their profits, or like you collect rent from them, so you get residual currency to use for your own items, I guess.
It's kind of how the guild store is kind of set up now. Instead of
Yeah.
buying a house to like rent out, you just you bid on the guild trader itself. So it's like you're hiring that trader for your guild.
Yeah,
So it's kind of ish similar to that.
that's cool. Yeah.
So I've been doing a lot of that. So I've barely played ESO. I've been stealing, killing, and selling stuff. I've been just like running. I'm just like a businessman.
Crush,
now
kill,
in ESO,
demolish.
pretty much. I played a lot of Siege again. I went 12-1 one match with Micah and Corey and Sean.
Are you serious?
I went fucking crazy that round.
My
It was
God, dude.
amazing.
That was crazy.
Josh was like watching. He was
awesome.
playing, but yeah, I was on fire. It was amazing.
It was crazy. You had like 9 or 10 kills one game, didn't you?
I had 12.
You had 12.
That
Jesus,
match,
man.
I went 12-1. Maybe I went 12. I might have went 12.
I didn't see those other 3, so.
Yeah, no, I had 12 kills at the end. So
Fuck, dude.
it was a good time. It was a fun match.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
God, I don't know if I played anything else except for those 2 games, like a tiny bit of Rocket League.
Yeah.
Did I play anything else? I don't
I-
think so. I really
I
don't think I did.
so.
Just those. And the new Pokemon Go update came out, so all the new Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
I know, dude.
I can't wait for summer.
My
Wait,
Pokedex
what's-
is near 140 now.
Nice.
140 caught.
Once
so.
summer rolls back around, I want to get back outside and play the game again.
Man, like there's a couple Pokestops. Like as I'm driving, you just go to a stop sign and you stop, and then you swipe. You know,
You stop
so
at
you
a
come,
stop
you
sign?
come to a stop. So
Huh.
more for not driving while Pokemon going, because you actually have to stop to get the swipes. You can't be driving and get your
Oh, so
yeah.
they actually
They
fixed
lowered.
that
Yeah,
now.
it's way harder to do. If you're going slow enough, you can do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why
Well, I thought they had that originally. Like
you could be going pretty quick and still get the
Oh, no.
Pokestops. Originally,
I could go like 25, 30.
yeah. Now it's impossible now.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah,
though.
we got a bunch of.
I
bunch of
remember
Pokemans.
like the first week that came out, like I was constantly just like fucking like looking down and being like, oh, there's a Pokestop over there, I'm going over there. So
Yeah.
it's a lot harder to do
Don't
now.
Pokemon go and drive.
Yeah.
It can be distracting, so don't do that.
Wasn't there some girl that got like
I was
hit-
fine.
She got like ran in the middle of traffic and got hit by a car.
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It probably happened.
Hopefully that happened. You don't need to idiots.
Hopefully that happens.
God.
That's really bad. That's
So-
really.
It's true though.
Did you know
Like,
that there's
I'm gonna check my Pokemon right now.
there's actually crosswalks in Japan that will light up with the projection of the stop and go sign on the crosswalks. So like you don't even have to look up from your phone
Oh, that's
to know
awesome.
that the
That's
streetlights
cool.
have changed. Yeah, you could just look down and the
Yeah,
street will tell you.
America's so behind the times. Oh my god.
Right?
So I think you're up, Pat.
Me?
Well,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been just playing a small handful of games. I recently, because the PS4 right now up until Horizon Zero Dawn, I really haven't had anything like super fun to play.
Oh, don't remind me.
I know.
Oh, I want
I went back on my PS3 and downloaded just like a bunch of old school games. So I got like all the Spyros, Tomba, a bunch of the Crash Bandicoots, and then one of my favorite like just fun RPGs I played back in the day was Grandia, whatever you want to call it.
Grandia is awesome.
Grandia is really fun.
Fucking awesome.
So I started a game on that, and then it's interesting that you did it too, Worth. I literally did it last night because Logan walked in when I was doing it.
Oh,
Oh,
what-
right.
Oh, right.
Yeah, giggity.
It was not an
Um,
accident that I did that.
I just went one back. I actually started another Mass Effect 2 character.
Okay.
And I got Garrus. I got oh my God, why can't I think of
Rex?
his name?
Not Rex,
No.
but Grunt.
No,
Jack?
Solarian.
Oh, Morden.
Morden.
Morden,
God
yeah.
damn it, I'm an idiot. I'm the worst ever.
How could you?
I know, the lore nerd can't remember names. No, I just got Garrus and Morden. I just finished Omega, and then I literally, before we started the podcast and everything, I saved it. I just landed on the Citadel, so I'm getting ready to
Nice.
start that part of the story coming up. The one thing I love about and Mass Effect 1 is, I love it.
Mhm.
It's a core at my heart. It's every once in a while though, it's still rough to go back and play the entire game just for the small choices.
Yeah.
And the one thing I like about 2 is they came out with that Genesis like interactive comic.
Mhm.
And so you can just start a Mass Effect 2 and I already know, all the decisions that I want to do depending
Yeah.
on the character I want to make. So yeah, I just did that all the way through and I'm doing a female character right now.
As you
is what I'm
should.
doing. Bae,
For the original ones, anyway.
all the way through. And then yeah, some Pokemon Go. Been playing in between loading times on Mass Effect. I was playing some Ocarina of Time on my DS. Yeah, I still haven't beat
The
it
best Zelda game.
officially on my DS. I just got now to the Forest Temple. So
You're the greatest at
I'm getting ready to
multitask
start.
gaming. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Me?
Playing handheld games while
does.
you're playing console games, like
Yeah.
Oh, I do that all the
Yeah,
time.
I know.
I see you do it all the time.
Yeah, I do it all the time. Like if you come into my room, I'll have PlayStation going, I have my tablet right here, and then I have my Game Boy right here, and I'm just kind of jumping back and forth between them all the time.
that's
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll sit there, and if I'm doing something intense on like my handheld, I'll just let Mass Effect's just running, in front of me
running
the entire
background.
time, or like I'm in a conversation and Shepard's just awkwardly looking left to right the entire time while I'm like waiting. Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, no, that's pretty much what I've been playing. Yeah, I'm just waiting for Horizon Zero Dawn, and then
Andromeda.
we're going to talk about later in the podcast. The Switch is what I'm ready for.
Yes. Apparently, it's a must-have.
And some mobile.
Yes.
Mobile. Been playing the Dokkan Battle as usual, and some Simpsons tapped out. Some classy games out there. I got the new Fire Emblem one too. That one's actually pretty fun.
Ooh, Pal
For-
was showing me some of Fire Emblem, and it was my first time ever like looking at Fire Emblem. I was massively impressed.
You
Think
never
about
played
the
it before?
mobile game,
I've been
or just in general?
no, just in general,
Oh,
like the
just in
ones
general?
that you showed me on your 2DS a while ago.
Oh,
Bravely
yeah, yeah.
Default. Oh my god, dude! Holy
Yeah.
fuck!
No, that's Bravely Default. That's not
Oh.
Fire Emblem.
Oh, I thought
No.
you said Bravely
Okay.
Default.
No,
I'm sorry.
Bravely Default. Yeah, super good.
So do you have Fire Emblem on your mobile, or is it on your DS?
Fire Emblem, the one that I'm playing is just a mobile game.
Oh,
It's one of those
okay.
like energy-based games. You know, like you play for a certain amount of
Ah.
time, you gotta wait for it to come out. I have played multiple. I had the first one that came out was in America, at least it came out was on the Game Boy Advance back in the day.
Right.
Fire Emblem Blazing Sword, which I still have my copy. I just can't play it on anything because I don't have my Game Boy Advance. I might have an emulator on my tablet that plays it as well. Hey, it's still legal if I own the game. It's all good to go. Yeah, Fire Emblem's always been, and a new one recently came out for DS that I really would like to try out, you know, all the way through. But there's more pressing matters that I would like to play. But yeah, for a good kind of not a traditional real time strategy because it's not real time. It's more just move, go here, attack.
Oh yeah,
and
I
move,
remember
and then
that. Yeah. I love
Turn,
that game.
turn. It's like chess, but way more interactive.
Mhm.
Pretty
Oh,
much
yeah.
is what it is. Yeah. So.
Love that game.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing all the way through.
Yeah.
Anybody got a starter topic? If not, I can go.
What you got? We've got topics tonight.
Do we want to talk about something big first, or do something small and then move on to something big?
I definitely.
We might as well do Andromeda.
Let's do big.
Oh,
big,
yeah.
big
You wanna
small
start
big.
with that first?
Big small big.
Yeah, let's go with Andromeda, dude. I'm
Yeah,
hyped.
we have to talk
So
about
hyped.
this. We have
Big
they have
small, okay.
they released a bunch of new trailers and gameplay.
Finally.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a 5-part series, right?
I think that there's like 5 trailers.
It's gonna be
yeah.
5 trailers total
I
for
believe
the build up
so. Yeah.
as they bring it up.
They have been so quiet about
We
it.
were talking about that last week, like off the podcast, but just how I think it was me and Sean and I think Josh too. We were saying how like
Yeah.
it's been so quiet with the news for Andromeda. I mean, they had
But
such.
I like that.
We were
But
worried.
it's up to the point where it's like right before the game comes out, we're like we haven't really honestly seen solid gameplay,
Yeah.
like the mechanics and everything in depth. And I was like, it's cutting a little too close, a little
Yeah,
too
we
close.
were worried.
And now they're dropping all this. Where it's like, okay, good.
Oh.
Like I can see it and like get it now.
You can breathe.
Yeah,
it was
right,
worth
so-
the wait for them to work on it for as long as they did, because you can tell they worked really hard on it.
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah,
trailers are
absolutely.
solid.
Oh my god,
Absolutely.
it's easily going to be the best Mass Effect game.
One
ever.
thing I found interesting about it though is I was kind of talking about this a little bit before the pre-pod, but they got rid of the Renegade Paragon mechanic.
I was just about to talk about
Yeah,
that.
so like, and that kind of pissed off some fans a little bit, but like BioWare had a reasoning behind it where they're just like, well, they kind of figured that's a Shepard thing, and Shepard's not involved in any part of Mass Effect Andromeda at all, and they want the game to kind of create its own identity. So, which I think is, I mean, I understand why they would do it because it's a new franchise essentially, but not a new franchise, but like a new, what am I trying to say? Yeah, you can finish that.
No, I was gonna say the idea behind that too. I was watching a Game Attack podcast where they were talking about it. Because if you think about the way that the main characters are between the Mass Effect trilogy and Andromeda, when you start Mass Effect 1, Shepard's got a fuck ton of experience. You
he's
pick his
already
backstory.
made a name for
He's
himself.
made a name for himself. He knows what he's doing, so he's seen the best of and the worst of, out in the world and everything like that. As the Pathfinder, as you're going in on this one, you haven't really proven yourself yet.
Yeah.
I hate to quote Hercules, but you're gonna go from 0 to hero all the way through in no time flat. Anyway,
Just like that.
but and that makes me excited. And they want to do a more morally gray like dialogue options.
Yes.
all the way through. So you don't know exactly. And think of the replay value on that too. You know what I'm talking about? Like you won't know if you okay with this guy, and then later in the story, if it comes back to like either fuck you over or whatnot, you're gonna be like, oh, I should have made that decision
Like
back
it sounds like it could be a lot.
It's not
more...
gonna be a straight up good guy bad guy option. You're gonna be like, I can maybe trust this guy, and then he might come, like I said, come back to fuck you over later in this story. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to play again and be like, I'm totally ready for round 2.
Like it sounds like it could be a lot more extensive and a lot more in depth than the Paragon Renegade option. Essentially, I mean, if you play the game the right way.
You would hope so, because if
Yeah.
it's Paragon Renegade, you essentially have 2 options that progress the story. You can, kind of do other things, but it's always going to be Paragon or Renegade, no matter where it falls.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then another thing, and I'm pretty sure when it comes to all of us, at least my personal favorite, I know Logan will agree with me. My favorite out of the trilogy is Mass Effect 2. by far. Like storyline, all that stuff.
Yeah, I think 1 for
Story-wise-
me.
You like 1?
Yeah,
No, that's
it's
fine.
pretty- yeah, 1's my
I could have
favorite.
swore I heard you say 2, but that's understandable.
I might kind of flip flop over the years too, just because I think it's kind
One
of
had the best story. Like
Oh,
when it came to
absolutely, yeah.
when it came to introducing,
Yeah,
the species.
2's
the
combat
world.
is the best, and god damn it, that was a good story in 2 still.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
The-
I think 1. I
The
don't know.
thing that I think was the most annoying about, and it's another reason why I'm excited that they're getting rid of the Paragon and Renegade options,
Mhm.
is specifically, and at least you'll know what I'm talking about, Tally's quest. Her loyalty mission
Yeah.
quest. So what a lot of people didn't know the first time, and I didn't do it, the first time I played it through, I was like, fuck, I'm screwed, all the way through, is and it's not a big part of the story, but if you want her to still be part of the fleet, you have to make that Paragon or Renegade choice during, the final,
During the
courtroom thing.
court hearing. Yeah.
What a lot of people don't know is, and I looked it up multiple times, and it's official.
I know what you're gonna
You need to have 75% in either Paragon or Renegade to be able to make that choice. So if you went in and if you did her loyalty mission like early,
Mhm.
and you didn't do like everyone else's all the way through, you were screwed.
There is a
When it-
loophole to that though.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I did not,
there is. So if you manage to save Rieger on that one mission where she's investigating like the dark matter and that one star
Yeah.
or whatever, or like this.
Her pickup mission.
Yeah,
when
her
you,
pick-
when
her
you,
pickup
add- when
mission,
you
you
actually
know.
add her to the.
So if
squad.
you manage to save him and keep him alive, he'll come back and help testify at her hearing.
Well, I do that every time. I just didn't know that was an actual.
And also the other thing is if you save what's the one quarry you pick up at the beginning of Mass Effect 2 where he's like kind of
Vitor.
Vitor, yeah, Vitor.
Yeah, guy that's like.
if you
no,
manage
no.
if you like swarms, yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
If you manage to like if you don't like have Cerberus pick him up and like do experiments on him or whatever, if you let him
Oh,
go
he'll
back,
testify for you too.
yeah, he'll testify for you too. And even if you don't have enough Paragon or Renegade, you can choose the neutral option, and they will still both testify for Tally, and that'll influence the what are you trying to say? The council, the Quarian Council.
I destroyed everything that I just said.
to,
I did not know that.
to approve her to remain part of the flotilla. So
Yeah.
you don't necessarily have to have. You can do the Renegade Paragon high enough, like if you have the high enough points for that, but you can also use that as well in place of that.
It
Gotcha.
is really cool that
So-
that wasn't like an oversight.
Yeah.
Like they're like, maybe somebody might do it this way, so we'll give them at least
It's-
an option.
it's
Well,
not-
I apologize, Josh, because the first time you played through, I was like, do everything you can before you go to Tallies because you need to get your brand.
It's not exactly obvious. Like they kind of make you work for it a little bit, but it is
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
cool.
Well, and Pat, and
Which
the
is
way
really
that
cool.
Pat told me, he didn't tell me why, but he was like, "You need to do that." And I took his advice. I was going to anyway because that's how I play all RPGs. Like I always go everywhere else first before doing
you go.
main story stuff.
Yeah.
But I upgraded completely. I know that I didn't need to, you know what I mean? But I got every upgrade I could, and it was so cool because on the final cutscene, you see all the cutscenes where
with the-
it hits different parts of the ship that you were supposed to upgrade. And so if you didn't upgrade them, your
People die.
people die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Madness. I saved every single person on my crew. It was amazing.
I still love that we told Josh Shepard died in 2 and how
I
mad he was.
flipped out.
I love doing that so much.
I
And then we're like, no,
flipped out
it's fine.
so bad.
You're just like no. Like I remember you talking.
Why
about
would you
this
do
guy.
that?
He's like he can't die. He's like the main character. He's like just wait.
But just play the game.
Just
It's really
wait.
fine.
The first time that
I wanted to stab.
I was
you.
living with Blake at the time, and our living room had the projection screen hooked up, and my PlayStation was hooked up out there, and that's when I first played Mass Effect 2. Dude, that when he's jumping and trying to get to the Normandy, there's that one
Yeah.
shot cut. I was like, if you don't fucking make that, I was so
Right.
I was so intense because I had the goddamn Morden glitch, or not glitch, but there's a small percentage if you that if you don't take Morden with you on your
yeah.
party,
It was-
it's
yeah.
weird. You can make the perfect choices, and again, you can look this up. I know this is at least
Yeah.
legit all the way through. For some reason, if Morden goes back, there's a very small chance that he'll die
Yeah.
when he's trying to the rest of the squad goes back to the ship, and then you go take on the Human Reaper.
Yeah, the Human Reaper.
All the way through. So for some reason now, I've told him, I'm like, just bring Morden with you on the last mission. I know you probably don't want to, but just bring him with you because at least he's then guaranteed 100% to survive. So
We should focus on Andromeda and come back to this
Sorry.
on the podcast. No,
Sorry,
I just thought about it. I
Ow.
go, let's save this.
Yeah, save it for later.
for Swiss Army knife, is pretty much what we got now when it comes to the different like
No
presets you can
class.
do.
Right.
No like designated classes anymore.
I really like that idea. Like the old school kind of class setup, I think worked for the original trilogy and all that kind of stuff. But just the open-endedness of this now is gonna not make people go, I played 40 hours of it as a adept. I'm not gonna go back because I don't have time. They don't get to experience everything else, all the other work that the developers put in and everything else that you could experience.
And now you can just
You don't have to miss out on
switch
it
back
at all.
and forth.
Yeah, because I've done playthroughs of every style and all the old Mass Effects, but I also played like 1,000 hours between all my playthroughs of all three games. So I put in a lot of time where other people might not have that time. Now they get to experience everything.
I like the small what am I trying to think of? Not delay, but like when
cooldown.
Cooldown.
Right.
Well, yeah, it's a cooldown all the way through. I was trying to think of a different word than cooldown, but me and Josh were just talking because I just showed him the trailer before we came out. It's not significant, but it's a pretty. I'm gonna say it's like 15 seconds.
Yeah, you
maybe
gotta
20 seconds.
like really plan out your strategy.
So if you want to switch, I mean, you can switch, but you better be in a good position to where you're ready to switch out. Real quick.
I mean, I watched the video. I mean, this is just tiny details, but it didn't seem like 20 seconds. I mean, it was quick enough where you're like, you got to take cover and you got to use your weapon. But it seemed like maybe 5 seconds. I thought it was
basically you have like
quick,
different ability loadouts, and you can
like
switch back and forth on the
1,
fly.
2, 3, 4.
Well,
5,
and this is what I was talking about, like how well this game was developed is the fact that it's situational, but it also caters to your playstyle at the same time. Like I haven't seen anything like that in a combat system before, because if you are careless, you cannot just rely on your god tier abilities like you were able to in Mass Effect 3 in the past, like where you just walk into the final boss fight and you're done.
Right.
This is like, I mean, like do or die all the time.
I'm sure they're gonna have like big boss, or not boss fights, but maybe like big main fights that you like. Oh, it's just one-on-one, and then all of a sudden, like turrets show up everywhere, and you're gonna have to adapt to that. And then maybe third phase, like he gets into a mech.
Right.
Or something like, just small stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to make you adapt on the fly for like fights all the time.
Well, and they've always done that in past Mass Effect games, which I've really liked and I've loved and I've appreciated. It's one of my favorite things about that game. But it's so funny to me because like when I was Vanguard, because that's all I play in Mass Effect is Vanguard, especially in 3, like it was just a cakewalk. I killed 3 mechs by myself. So it's just like, I don't, to me, I was just like, oh, I don't need walls. This is fine. On this one, like from the way that the boss was doing damage and the way that he was approaching it, like it was kind of intimidating. It's not something you just want to rush into depending on what class you have. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter what class you are, you're going to have to pick your moment, essentially. So, and I also love the way that they did the party system as far as giving them abilities. I honestly really hope Kingdom Hearts 3 takes a page from this. Because
I know what he's going for.
Seriously though, because like in Kingdom Hearts, like Donald and Goofy
are worthless.
They are kind of worthless.
They're worthless the whole time.
I mean, they're basically there to heal.
Aladdin's pretty good, but everyone else is worthless.
I use Donald and Goofy as bullet sponges or damage sponges. Like I would send them out and I would run to the back and like regain my health and come back in, kind of like what you do with 15, but like at least the people in 15 are useful.
It's like every single time you get a boost defense or boost attack, you're like, who else would I put this on?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. I'm not going to waste it on them.
Boost magic? Yeah, give it to me.
Yeah, give it to
Donald's
me.
the magic? No, fuck him.
No, but if you were able to do that and actually like prime, like, like kind of like what Mass Effect does, like prime and detonate. If you had things like that where you could incorporate your teammates into it, that would be amazing. And they've kind of nailed that perfectly because now, in the previous Mass Effect games, at least the way that I saw it, certain people would be good together. But, you can bring somebody like Jack and Grunt with you. You know what I mean? Like, that's a perfect duo. But if you're bringing Ava and...
Eva?
Or Eva, yeah. If you're bringing
Edie?
Or Edie, yeah. Sorry.
Like,
Edie.
what are any of you talking about? I'm so confused for a second.
I don't know. I'm drinking. It's late. So, Edie... So... if Edie's there, and then like I guess I don't know, just pick like a random character. What's the DLC character in Mass Effect 2?
Javik.
Yeah, I mean, just an example.
Javik.
If you were to pair them together, that to me they didn't really mesh well with my playstyle, and so I had to pick and choose. Now with the characters that you have in Mass Effect 3, you can class them up the way you want to. So if you want to make a party of all GPS and you think you can pull it off, go for it. But at the same time, you are going to run into difficulties along the way if you make your party too imbalanced.
I did find, now that you mentioned that now, with Edie and Javik, I did actually play them as one of my party members on a mission I played the other day. And I found that if you use Incinerate with Edie and then use Dark Channel with Javik, you can still create essentially fire explosions with his biotics.
Really?
So so you can cause a shit ton of damage with it. So they're not exactly the perfect combination of squad mates, but there are, so long as you have the right abilities to supplement them as well. Because I'm playing a Vanguard and Javik's biotic, so it works for me.
Dude, I always feel like a scrub when I watch Logan play all the time when it comes to Mass Effect, because I'm horrible about remembering to because I have my squad abilities on auto,
Yeah.
so I never really think in the back of my mind to
Yeah.
click hold and set up this combo and shit. But he plays Adept all the time. I'm normally more of a sniper and in your face type of guy. So I'm focusing mainly on what I'm doing, and I always forget it's oh, maybe they have it's a shield character and I'm just wasting all my ammo to take the shield out, and I'm an idiot. I should have bring up the
That's
wheel
the
and
other thing
used
they got.
Yeah, I was constantly every 3 seconds.
I love watching you play because
pause, pick,
you're good at
I
that.
combo
I'm horrible
everything.
at doing that when I play Mass Effect. No.
That's another thing they're getting rid of with Andromeda, though. There's no more skill wheel.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
You can still pause it and all that, to change your class, but yeah, each class has 3 abilities per.
Mhm.
Well,
per
4
thing.
if you count if they have grenade abilities. Yeah, there's 4 of them.
But doesn't that still count as one of your bumper abilities? I think it does, because
Well-
in the video you saw him throw that disc grenade.
yeah.
That was an active ability. He
Mhm.
didn't. It wasn't a separate different button.
Like the mine thing.
Yeah, whatever
They
that
put
was.
in front
Yeah.
of the big
And
garbage
they also
motherfucker.
got rid of the you have to tap A to go into cover, it's a more fluid
Yeah.
active cover system. So
That's nice.
you
That was-
automatically-
the second it's like Division or something almost. So the second you run up to an object, you'll automatically take cover.
Right.
And
Divisions is pretty good.
Yeah.
Once in a while it gets a little wonky.
It does have, it's not perfect, but I do like the idea that they're making the cover system more fluid, because that was one of my biggest complaints about playing multiplayer in 3 was I would if I'm running away from hordes or something trying to take cover and stuff, but I kept attaching to objects that would make me completely exposed and make me waste
Right,
time and take
yeah.
damage. I'm no, fuck, that's not what I wanted to do. But they got rid of that, which is awesome.
The maneuverability of the jetpack is what I'm so excited for.
Yeah.
Backdash,
Aerial
hover,
bionic charges.
all that shit. Yeah.
Well, just because in Mass Effect, 3 you could do dodge rolls and that, which was cool and all that. But yeah, the movement mechanic in this is so sweet looking. I'm so
it's
excited.
fast. It's fast paced, but it doesn't look overwhelming to the point. You still get a good view, the way the camera's set, even on the character
Mhm.
and stuff. You get a good view of what's around you. So if you want to backdash or hover or go left to right, it doesn't seem like I'm I move to the left and all of a sudden I'm where'd you go? Or something like that. You still have a good vantage point of your area of attack.
It
and
looks like you
everything.
have good control of
Also,
your
for
movement.
fun, but just because we're talking about the combat and all that stuff, it's the first Mass Effect to do this all the way through. So normally you had to finish it in hard mode to unlock Insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This Andromeda starting off, you can go straight into Insanity mode
Oh,
for all
God.
the legit
I-
hardcore
It's
players.
been 3 games. Yeah, just let
No,
us.
I know that.
yeah,
It's
play
just
it.
I just
I would agree, yeah.
it was always an achievement and an unlock, and
Right.
now they're just now you can play
Yeah.
Insanity.
I beat it on Insanity all 3 games, and I was that's
Insanity.
it's fucking stress
In
test,
3,
dude.
right before you take on Harbinger, when all the all
All
the
the
banshees and
fucking
stuff.
banshees
Oh,
are
there's so
so
many
bad.
banshees. I've only watched videos. I've never done it, but I've seen the video.
The other thing I like about it is there's based on whichever what am I trying to say, galaxy or solar system that you're in, or planets or what, I don't know, I'm not sure what it is, but
Your system.
your system essentially.
Yeah.
The weapons are going to be different based on whichever system you're in. So if you're in,
I saw that too. That
if
was
you're in
cool.
the wherever you start in Andromeda, you're going to have your Earth-based weapons that shoot weighted projectiles or whatever. Then they have constant energy weapons. So it's
Yeah, bringing back Mass Effect 1, where it's charged.
Yeah.
You have infinite bullets, but you have
But
a
there's
heat
a
meter.
cooldown
that builds up.
time.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they brought that back. 'cause
I
that was
know
one of the coolest things about Mass Effect 1.
And
I
then-
fucking love
and
that.
there's also plasma-based weapons as well. So it's kind of the balance in between the constant energy and the
Particle beams and all
particle
that.
beams,
yeah.
that kind of stuff. So, which it's really awesome. So, and I think it's going to affect your playstyle quite a bit because you're going to encounter enemies that have those different
Over
weapons.
300 skill points. Did you see that on the trailer?
That's
They're
pretty
we have
cool,
over
yeah.
3. I'm what?
Yeah. Well, it seems like the trees are more extensive now with that many points and
And they have the
options,
main
yeah.
ones, and then also in that last trailer we saw there's a specific, you have Adapt, Vanguard, all that shit. There's another one that just says Explorer,
Mhm.
and that's kind of like a jack of all trades, where it just kind of like gives you a constant.
You have like the best combination of tech and biotic, kind of.
Well, and it's not obviously if you want to do biotics, you want to do Adapt, but what Explorer does is it boosts a little bit of everything. It does weapon damage, it does biotic damage, it does tech damage, it does all that stuff. Like
So-
you don't want to necessarily spec on that right away and just focus on that. It's just like small, minuscule buffs that are not nearly as good as throwing into a certain class trait, but it's just a backside buff
Yeah.
on the while you're playing. So
Yeah, I think it could be cool. I probably would stick more towards like a more specific skill tree, I guess. Like whether
Probably
that be-
will too, I
Yeah.
think.
nah.
I love my infiltrators or adepts, so I
You want to know my biggest lore nerd question I have still jumping in my mind? It's not even to do with like the main quest or anything. This is how big of a geek I am when it comes to Lord. I'm wondering if Ezo is going to be even
ooh
in Andromeda.
yeah, that's a good question actually.
I feel like a lot of the things are going to make a comeback in terms of the world and the science. So I think Metagel will be there. I think you've already seen Omniblades and
Omniblades
stuff.
are there. for
No.
sure.
I understand that, but what I'm wondering is like if one of the like Element Zero is one of the rarest resources that you could find in 1, 2, and 3 all the way through. I'm just wondering because we're in a whole different galaxy if Element Zero even exists
Or if
in this galaxy.
Or even if the mining mechanic is still there. If you have to mine
I
for
think
resources
it's
and stuff.
it's like a probe now or something. Didn't they show that in the first?
I think it's gonna be
first
back
video?
and forth because it's big open world exploration with the what do they call it?
The
Nomad?
The Nomad.
Nomad,
yeah.
yeah. So it's gonna be a little more, over the top because they're trying to bring back that Mass Effect 1 exploration feel,
Right.
and then also
That's right, yeah, because I think when you find the resources, it brings a probe down, but like in game, so it's not like you're out scanning a planet and it shoots a probe.
Mhm.
yeah, you actually have to be.
You're
on
on the planet,
to
yeah. So I
grab
think it
the
kind of
stuff.
combines
Yeah.
the 1 and 2 exploration kind
Yeah.
of and resource gathering.
That's
And-
one thing they talk about in the trailer.
Yeah.
too.
No, you were saying a second ago, like they took away like the skill tree and all that.
Mhm.
I am glad that they bring back the explosions though. They made
Oh,
a big
yeah.
deal about that in this
Absolutely.
new video, which I was like the primer and the detonator. How either you as a player or you can set your partners to be the primer or detonator,
And so
so you can trigger it how you
So I
want.
told Josh, I'm gonna be detonator all day.
Well, 'cause
like everyone's gonna be primer.
I think I even said this to Josh too, actually, where I was watching the video and they said originally they go, you can be the primer and your teammates can detonate. And I thought to myself, I go, that'd be kind of boring for some players. They would not like that, And then immediately it's at the end it goes, and you can also do the opposite. So I was very glad that they have the option because
Yeah.
I can see myself setting up all the priming and just watching my teammates just blow them away, So I'm glad this is going to be the most I think accessible Mass Effect they've ever done.
We're all very excited if you can't tell.
So.
Yeah, and also Natalie Dormer from Game of Thrones is also playing the Doctor on the.
Baratheon's
Pathfinder.
in there too.
Is he?
Which one?
In that trailer of her talking, yeah, she's talking and she's like, I can't believe it's weird hearing somebody.
Stannis-
I
Stannis
don't
Was it
know
Stannis?
who
Or
was in it.
which one it was? Which
I don't know.
Baratheon?
I only heard Baratheon in the
Oh,
trailer.
okay.
I have to go
Oh,
back and
but
watch
yeah,
it.
No, for
Yeah,
those
we'll
of you
go
who
figure
don't-
that out.
But she was like doing a scene, and she said it was weird hearing.
Yeah, right.
Blah blah blah. Baratheon's voice on the inside. So she's
That's
really
cool.
a Game of Thrones reference.
For
in
those of
there.
you that don't know, Natalie Dormer plays Marjorie in
Beat.
Game of Thrones, the hottest one. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hottest Tyrell?
Mhm.
Well, the hottest what?
The hottest. Well, just the hottest one in general.
No.
Nah,
Well, no,
Ingrid.
not
Ingrid.
over, not over.
Or Ygritte. Yeah.
Ingrid.
I
Oh
always
yeah,
say
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I forgot.
Ingrid.
Okay, yeah. I take that back. Egret.
Or
Yeah.
Wildling,
Khaleesi.
man.
Yeah.
Even
He-
Khaleesi, man. Oh,
Khaleesi's pretty. Yeah, at
Woo!
least. Well, I guess you see all their boobs. So.
Oh,
But
You
Mass
see-
Effect.
You don't see
So-
Ygritte's boobs, do you? You don't see Ygritte's
Yeah.
boobs. Do you?
Her and Jon Snow in the cave.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
do. Okay. So, yeah.
Spoilers for like 5 years ago, so
Yeah,
however long
but
ago
still,
it was.
redheads.
That's coming up in April.
So anything Mass Effect? We good?
The only thing
Pretty good.
else that I wanted to bring up that I thought was interesting, just reading stuff on Reddit and seeing videos on YouTube and stuff, lore wise, I can't remember we talked about this last time. I feel bad. Initially, I think I said it was a long time ago. I said it was 200 years.
600.
It's 600.
600 years in the future for the events that take place between Mass Effect 2 and 3.
Yes, it takes place. Yeah, they sent them out before Mass Effect 3 is when this project started, and it took them 600 years to get there. So I'm like, holy shit!
Yep, 600
Like
years.
I didn't think it was going to be that long. And it's
Pretty
understandable when
interesting,
I'm thinking of like space travel, you know, from galaxy to galaxy. Yeah, that makes sense depending on what speed they're going at. But
It's kind of funny because they could take this game and it'll release in its own kind of standalone game. It could be the only one of its kind, and then they could go back to like Mass Effect 4 and be like, yeah, that was a whole other thing that happened, but it doesn't matter because it's so far away.
oh yeah,
So
Yeah,
it's a weird story implications.
And the cool thing is that like I like that there's no guesswork in between, like, because the game takes place between 2 and 3, like you said, but that pretty much makes it open ended to like it doesn't tie itself back to the events of what happened in 3. So there's no like, what am I trying to say? There's no theories, no what ifs, that kind of stuff. So the story just kind of evolves on its own. Like
yeah, Shepard's
It's like
story,
entirely
Shepard's story,
standalone.
and all that
Yeah.
shit, yeah. Also, another thing. Sorry, last thing I'll bring up.
No, you're good.
I'm sure they'll be referenced, but not all the species, obviously, from.
like the Quarians might not be referenced.
Quarians are not going to be in there. No, they've already guaranteed Quarians.
No Quarians.
They'll probably be referenced, but there's no Quarians on the ship.
Mm.
Obviously, there's no Geth all the way
No
through.
Geth.
We should definitely save this for the Mass Effect podcast.
No Batarians.
This is Andromeda talk.
This is
Mass Effect
Andromeda
podcast will be old.
I'm just so
man.
excited.
I wonder-
I'm just so excited.
No
I
Batarians.
can't contain myself.
No Volus, I'm guessing.
No
will be in
Hanar.
there. No Hanar. No Elcor.
No one cares about those though.
Love the Hanar.
This one.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Not unless I see a Hanar like go apeshit and kill like however many people.
They've talked about how good the Hanar
Yeah.
are.
I wanna see
There,
that
there has
fighting.
been a Hanar Spectre.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
see that. So
Like no shit, there is a Hanar Spectre out there. So
I want to see a Hanar murder people.
So last thing, unless you guys have any.
But that's the only thing. I just noticed
But-
that, yeah, a bunch of like
I-
some species weren't going to come back.
I just wonder if they're going to reference the Protheans at all. That might be kind of cool.
I don't know.
I just-
That's really reaching for.
I just want a Shepard
lore,
reference.
yeah.
That's all
I
I want.
still
I
think
want
that
one
they're-
Shepard reference.
I still think they're going to tie in the original trilogy in some way.
Hmm.
I think they're going to do it to please fans. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, at least make it like remotely connected. Everything you do in Mass Effect is connected. Everything you do in Mass Effect has a consequence.
In the original trilogy, at least. So I'm wondering if they're going to take a different direction. I want them to do what you're saying.
For
but I
those
don't know if they will.
implications to go like hundreds of years, in
Yeah.
the future or something like that is mind blowing. To think about like the choices you made could affect events that happen that far in the future. Like, can you imagine or how fucking mind blown you'd be? That would be awesome.
I think the biggest rumor right now, or theory that's going on right now, is if you look at some of the mechs that some of the humanoid enemies are fighting with, look very similar to the Atlas
Yeah.
from Cerberus. So the rumor is that, yes, this project, this ARC project that's been going on, maybe there's some Cerberus like sleeper agents that are in there.
Ooh.
And so people are wondering if, even though it's an old school reference, there might actually be like Cerberus agents.
Like
in
the Elusive Man
game.
kind of infiltrated.
Well, not the
their-
elusive. Well,
But if it's Cerberus, then he would have
He had a-
give the order.
yes.
So the Elusive Man could have been like, we need
Because,
to sneak on
well,
here.
I mean, if you look, I think it's called the Hydra. Is what I saw when he was like aiming at the guy, and you see the name pop up.
Mm.
It said Hydra, and it looks so much like an Atlas. So I'm wondering if
Then
if
there's-
Cerberus agents are in it somehow.
Then there's that
or
one
what's
species
going
that
on.
has that big brute. I think it's called the Fiend. It looks like kind of whatever species the Shadow Broker was. You know what I'm talking about?
a little bit, a little
Yeah.
more armor plated.
A little more armor plated, but like
Yeah,
it's
what was that called?
You know what I'm
It's
talking
gonna drive
about?
me
right?
nuts now. No, I know
No.
because
My
Yeah.
brain is
my
like.
lore nerd is
yeah,
going like
the
over
gears-
the top. Starts with a U. I
I'm
think.
gonna look this up right now.
It was a
Keep
Y.
talking. Keep talking. If we
No,
go
you're right.
to
It's a
subject.
Y. It is a Y.
Okay,
We
so
just all sit here
This is
quiet.
a-
And the
this
next
is-
like 5 minutes of podcast, there's just no noise. We're like,
But anyway, yeah. I mean, we're all
because the
very
Ardachiachi, however you say that?
Ardayashi.
That's
Yaki.
the.
Ardayashi.
That's
It's
Some,
the
uh,
sorry have sex with you,
Yeah,
kill you.
yeah.
Mm. Okay,
Yog?
I'm pulling
Yarg?
Yog. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's it.
Yog?
Yog.
Ah. My
Y-
brain is
A-
free.
G.
I can think of other things now.
The Yog.
The extremely
Yep.
weirdly intelligent big creature.
But real quick, with Andromeda coming out and being a standalone game, would you guys have preferred, like Mass Effect 4,
No,
basically?
absolutely
So do you
not.
guys, but now, so you guys don't want to ever see anything past Mass Effect 3 in terms of that universe?
Here's what I think. If they
No.
were to make a Mass Effect
Go back around.
sequel, if they were to make a Mass Effect 3 sequel, I would like it to start exactly when Shepard is running down the mountain to fight Harbinger. Like exactly, not after that, not after the events that transpired after that event, but it's like what happens.
You want that indoctrination theory is what you want.
Well, it's like I want I kind of want the indoctrination theory to not really play a part in it. I want the story to pick back up right at when that event starts. So like, what's the aftermath of Harbinger? Shooting that giant beam and like everything just going to shit.
Oh, you mean kind of like a Halo ODST vibe where you
Sort
like
of.
stay on Earth almost? You play a game like that? You
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Even if it doesn't involve Shepard
Or
like,
somebody else's perspective of that war.
Yeah,
That
That is
would
pretty
be
cool.
insanely cool.
yeah. See,
I would love that.
That is like a Halo ODST where
But
you
that's-
see another
And
angle.
Garrus DLC.
Yeah, but that's
There you
not
go.
that's
There you
not a
go.
direct sequel though. That's a spinoff, or that's
Well,
like an alternate. Which it's
could-
still
could-
cool.
It
but...
could evolve into a sequel, like if they do it correctly. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of a spin-off.
I've said it multiple times. I want
I
that.
like that idea though.
I think that would undermine everything you did in the trilogy, though.
But it's a different perspective on the same thing. It wouldn't affect the
Right.
choices.
As
so.
long as Shepard's. Oh, what would be even cooler is if the decisions you made in those games actually affected that off
See,
story.
There you go. It's even
Yeah.
better
That
that
would
way.
be fucking
So
cool.
it's like remember what happened when Shepard did this? Now this is gonna happen in this game.
Right.
Now you're fucked.
Yeah,
But I still want my Archangel game. I want to play as Archangel Garrus.
That's
That's
tight.
why. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, by the way, your next mission is to go to the Batarian homeworld.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Too soon. Too soon.
I would say no, to me personally, storyline wise and whatnot. I'm happy that it's not called Mass Effect 4.
No, I wouldn't want it to be.
I just personally because I have my story here, and now I'm getting ready to start a whole new story. Obviously, it's one game; it's not going to be a trilogy like the first one.
Yeah,
was.
they kind of said it could be. There could be sequel. There might
They
not be.
say
It's
that,
like a
but
standalone. Yeah.
hopefully.
Well, I mean, if they don't keep making spin-offs, or unless Andromeda doesn't become its own trilogy or whatever you want to call it, extension. I don't know. I would have liked to see them say, out of all the decisions, here's like the canon one. Here's the one like destroy is what actually happened, and then to have a game after. I don't know. I would have liked. I want to see that universe continue. I would like to see what else.
Everyone
What else
does.
yeah.
I would love to see it.
That's what I'm saying.
all the
Yeah,
way through.
I would be totally down if they did like, okay, Shepard, he died, he saved the world, but here's what happens next. I would like that.
Without going into talkative mode, what do you out of the three? What do you think the canon ending would be?
Destroy.
I would
No,
think so, too.
God,
I
no.
would think so, too.
No, we're gonna
no talking.
Worth edit this out. We're saving that for the Mass Effect podcast.
Oh,
That's
okay.
perfect. Take this out.
My bad.
Okay.
Right.
Sorry.
No, you're good. That's a great thing though.
Okay.
I like
Because
that.
I have it on my
Yeah.
head. I know exactly what I
Take
would
the
pick.
part out about me smoking weed too. Don't put that in there.
Oh, whatever.
He has a business
said it.
image to uphold.
Yeah, I do have a business image to uphold actually.
So yeah, take all of this out.
No, it's like that's actually not a lie.
My bad.
No,
I like that idea.
I'm glad you thought of it though, because that is a really cool. That almost would be a cool way to kind of end that podcast in terms of anything that we don't want to add about Andromeda. But I
Yeah.
like that idea. I like that idea.
Cool.
So
Keep it.
okay,
Keep it back bank.
we'll start over.
Yeah.
Anything else about Andromeda?
Nope. That's
we're
it.
good.
I kind of splurged.
I think we got
All right.
we dumped our load.
Yeah. So the next news thing I want to talk about is games with gold for Xbox for March
There's some good
are
ones.
pretty fucking legit.
Yeah, there's some good ones. I
So
haven't even seen what.
whatever
PlayStation's are.
Layers of Fear is, I don't know what that is, but it looks
Oh, Layers
like
of
a
Fear?
horror. Is it good?
Oh man.
Yeah?
Okay, so
What is it?
Layers of Fear.
And never heard of it.
think of.
I'm down for any horror.
Remember when
games.
Amnesia came out?
No.
Have you not seen
Sorry,
Amnesia
no.
at all?
No, I know of it. Never played.
That
it.
was like one of the first that kind of brought up the first person horror aspect in the recent years. At
Yeah,
least,
right.
that got it really good. Amnesia's really good. I've watched a full playthrough of that game. Terrifying. There's not a monster.
Dude, I'm
there's-
even more
There's
excited
not a
now.
monster. The one thing that's nice about it is there's not a monster that's always like chasing you or like, oh man, I gotta hide, I gotta get out of this. It's just it's very very heavily puzzle based. Grab this item, do that. Like
That's also cool.
one. It's not a super spoiler, but one like awesome scene I love in that one. So you find this record of this like old timey song, right? You go into the bedroom, you put it on the record player, which is obviously part of the puzzle, and you can't. This desk is like all destroyed, so you're like, oh, there's nothing in it. You start the record player. The room slowly starts like melting, like like a painting, like a
Okay,
painting
yeah.
getting wet and like melting.
Yeah.
So it's everything, and it's everything. The bed, the lamps. Are you making fun of me?
No.
No.
Like me and Josh are like having like a silent conversation over here.
No, they're pretending to suck dicks.
No.
And Worth is surprisingly good at it. It's weird. I don't know how he knows how to do that so well.
I just-
Sorry, Pat.
Josh.
Josh, quit laughing in the microphone.
I'm not
Go.
in the microphone. microphone.
Here you go. We're gonna turn it
No,
on.
no.
But anyway,
my
like
show.
the entire room just starts like melting.
yeah.
Like it's terrifying. Like the first time you look at it and play it.
Right.
And the reason why you do that is because it messes with the desk, so you can open the drawer and then you can grab the item that you
That's
need.
pretty legit.
But
Like, get
then
the fuck out of there.
you don't realize it. Like I've seen multiple guys that were playing. They're like, well, I can't get out the door because the
Mhm.
door is all melted now.
Yeah.
So what you have to do, you have to reverse the recording
right,
player,
yeah.
and everything
comes back.
slowly comes back to its
That's
own
cool.
sense
That's
and
pretty
stuff.
legit.
Like
That's exciting.
there's a lot of puzzles that do just weird shit. Not just
Mm-hmm.
in general. It's like find this, do this. There's a lot of environmental puzzles
I'm excited
that
now.
go through it.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's pretty.
The
It's pretty cool. Layers of Fear, yeah,
So
awesome.
that's one of the Xbox
Multiple
One
endings, by the
freedoms.
way. There's
Sweet.
3 different endings.
The other one is Evolve, which I don't care about that game at all. But if it's free, I am very excited to play it
A
now.
lot
Yeah.
of people were excited for that
It
game.
should have been free to play to start.
Yeah.
Basically, just
A lot of people were excited to play it.
That would have been a cool free to
They're
play
like,
model.
"Meh." Yeah.
That actually probably would have made that game very successful.
That's what I'm saying. Just
Very
give it
successful.
to everybody and then
2K
charge
shit the bed
whatever.
when they released that.
That's
game.
the 4-player versus monster game, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, I think Turtle Rock set an example for the rest of the industry after that happened.
As to
though.
what not to do.
Yeah,
It
as
got
to what
sponsored at
not to
E3.
do.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic concept for a game, but like
It would have been great if it had been free to play and been cheaper. But that was before video games. That was kind of before video games started doing microtransactions, and so like,
Especially on the level of microtransactions now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I enjoyed playing the game, but nobody else would play it. And I bought the season pass. I spent like almost $100 on that game.
And it had such a short shelf life too.
It
like,
did.
Those servers were dead in like
It was
2 months.
oh yeah, the community was just done, evaporated within a couple of months.
Was it just because it was like ultra repetitive? Was that the main thing?
No,
or just
It was actually really fun. I mean, depending on what monster you had, you would have to like think out different scenarios, and you would have to outsmart the people hunting you because the people that were hunting you were definitely a threat.
Yeah.
You as a monster would have to like it was kind of like Arkham, where like you
you
would have
leveled
to
up after a while and you got new skills and got bigger and all that?
well,
Never mind.
sort of,
oh
yeah.
yeah. So like the more animals that you ate, or if you killed a teammate and ate them, you would get stronger.
Mm.
And so like the more kills you got, the stronger you became, and so the harder you became to take down.
But you could also evolve, and there was a 3 tiers of evolution. That
That's
you
what I
could
thought, yeah,
achieve
yeah.
in the same game or yeah.
You go
So-
from Chibi Cthulhu to main big Cthulhu.
Pretty much, yeah.
I just remember that monster,
I mean,
Leviathan or whatever.
like,
it is.
and every single monster was different. It was like different operators in Siege. So you would have some monsters that there was one monster that could go invisible. It was kind of like squid-like, I think. It could go invisible and actually like go into predator mode, and you could pick them out silently. Or you could, of course, be the DPS and just like try to run in there and
like
you know.
like a brute or something.
Yeah, I mean, if you just kind of ran into all 4 teammates, though, you get fucked. Like, you
Yeah.
really have to make it work to where you can get them over by themselves. You know, kind of like lure them, outsmart them, like make them track you somewhere.
So the free version of this is also the Ultimate Edition of the game.
Ha!
So I guess you get a bunch of DLC with it.
I will gladly re-download it and replay it because, like, I really liked it, and it's the same developers that made Left 4 Dead.
You didn't
So-
buy it on Xbox One though, did you?
You bought a PS4.
Okay, well now you need to get this on
Well,
Xbox.
now I
then,
can
yeah.
get it.
That's
I
what
can
I'm
get it on
saying. This
Xbox.
is
It's definitely
so-
worth the free.
Yeah,
It's
that's
definitely
what I'm
worth
saying.
the
I'm
free.
down
Oh,
to
it's
it.
so
I'm down
worth
to
it.
play
I think
it.
this is good though because it can kind of bring back the community and give this game a second chance.
It
because-
might help.
Yeah, it would help a lot. I mean, and I wasn't opposed to the game at all. Like, there was just nobody on it because they gouged people for DLC,
It
and
was
so
pretty bad.
The
it was very bad.
the other 2 games for the 360 that are backwards compatible up to 1 is one called Heavy Weapon. Don't know or care. It looks kind of dumb.
That's a stupid title for a game.
It is stupid. And then the other one's Borderlands 2 though.
Yeah.
What?
So, yeah,
Love the
that's
Borderlands.
Your backwards compatible free game for gold.
Well, I don't have it. So
You don't have what?
I don't have
Gold?
Borderlands.
But it's
Well,
free.
it's
but
free.
It's free.
That's what we're saying. This is
Oh,
a free
okay.
game.
Free games with gold.
The
What
free
are we even
play.
talking about the last 10 minutes?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just like, I don't know.
know.
Yeah, so I'm actually.
I have no memory of this
I'm
place.
even more excited for this because I like-ish Borderlands.
I love
it's
Borderlands.
okay.
Comedy's great.
They're not bad. I don't think I really played Borderlands 2, but now it's free again and it's going to be everybody can play multiplayer. I'm excited for this also. So
Rare
just,
words from Patrick. It's a first-person shooter I actually
you
enjoy.
like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
can-
they're definitely fun.
If you can download the Tiny Tina DLC, it's D&D,
Dungeons and Dragons,
but
That sounds pretty cool.
but as a
shooter.
shooter. Oh, it's so funny.
I'm
I
excited
love
now.
it. Tiny Tina's amazing.
So yeah, those are the free games. I just want to mention that.
PS4s are not out yet. I just checked for some reason.
No.
They haven't announced.
They just haven't announced
They
yet.
just haven't announced it
Yeah.
yet. Yeah.
So
We had a good one last month. We had a Little Big Planet 3. was for free.
Yeah, that's cool.
Platform.
I never played
I like
I know.
I like
know.
LBP.
I mean, it's
This
not a
means
game that I got
nothing to
into,
me.
but you know, it's just like that self-creating platform.
It's a very
like,
successful,
game.
popular game for PlayStation, so I'm sure
Yeah.
people who haven't got it yet are going to be,
Yeah.
they were excited. So
Yeah.
What else, guys?
I do have something, and I want to talk about it right now.
Is it relevant?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah, it's something you will actually really appreciate. Logan. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but there was an article published recently, IGN, by the way.
Boo.
Is it the
I
Marvel?
know, right? But this
Is it
is
the
actually
Marvel?
yes.
Is it the Marvel thing?
Yes.
Yes. I was just
Yes.
talking to him about that.
I saw the headline. I didn't read anything.
Mhm.
So apparently,
This is good.
speaking to IGN at DICE, the creative director assured the teams that Marvel is giving them full creative control of the games that they develop for the Marvel Universe.
At DICE?
Well, whoever the developers are, it's going
Do
to
you know what he's
depend
talking
because
about by DICE?
Well, yeah, like
it
DICE,
was the
like
conference.
Battlefield
No,
DICE.
no,
It was
no.
the conference.
It's like the DICE Summit is what
Yeah,
it's called.
DICE
Oh,
2017.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
DICE is
I was
making
like,
Marvel
no,
games?
the look on your face means I need
Yeah.
to clarify. Like,
Okay.
I could tell you
no,
needed to know.
No, and I'm sorry. Insomniac is developing the new Spider-Man game.
Spider-Man, and then Square Enix is supposedly making the Avengers games.
Square Enix is publishing it.
Okay.
They're not developing it.
It's what Eidos,
Yeah, Eidos Montreal.
Eidos,
Yeah.
yeah.
Crystal Dynamic is another
Crystal
studio
Dynamics.
involved.
That's it, and they
Yeah,
developed Tomb Raider.
Okay, cool.
So all of the storylines that are going to come from the video games are going to be original stories. They are not going to be tied to canon.
Sweet.
So they're going to create their plan is to create a completely different, like a complete universe within the video games, which for them to bring those to movies would just be batshit crazy.
Right.
Because I bet that there's going to be some really cool, really awesome stories that they're going to make with these properties. Like, I'm super stoked about it. So the Avengers game, it's not going to be tied to Infinity Wars. So I don't know, Logan. What do you think? I'm super stoked about that.
Me and Drew, I'm gonna guess, are probably the most comic savvy, I guess, in these, because I've been buying
Yeah.
comics for actively for about 3 or 4 years, or longer than that. I've been buying comics regularly for 5 or plus years. I know that's not a lot in comic years. I'm sure people. I've been buying comics for 40 years, whatever.
Anytime I have comic book questions, you're the first person I ask.
Worst
So,
ever.
You're right. I know. I'm pretty up to date on most Marvel stuff because I don't buy DC. DC's garbage.
hey,
We're talking about Marvel right now.
Batman.
That's about
But
it.
Back.
I'm excited for that because there are a lot of good stories and a lot of good inspiration to draw from, especially within the last 5 years. The Marvel comic universe has done so many crazy things lately, giving the developers and the storytellers of these games like Insomniac and Crystal Dynamics, and especially the people who make Deus Ex, they know how to tell stories.
Mm-hmm.
Give them the framework for characters and let them see the history and look back and go, okay, here's what here's what the X-Men did or whatever. Here's what the Avengers did over the years, and here's a cool idea. Let's take this and run with it.
Well, and you gotta imagine most of those guys read comic books regularly, like are
Probably,
huge
right?
fans, and so like they probably already when they were presented the project, they were like, I already know what I want to do.
Yeah, right.
Like,
We get
this
a
is-
pick. Oh my god.
This has been my dream since I was 10 years old. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that would be so cool. So
What if we got a Punisher game, like a new Punisher game?
That could be cool.
if you
that-
made it like the Matrix or Max Payne, I could get behind that.
That's what I was just gonna say, like a Max Payne-esque Punisher game.
Oh,
because,
that'd be dope.
because like essentially they do have very very similar origin stories. Because Max Payne's family was killed in front of him, fucking Frank Castle's
Not
family.
in front of him. He
Well,
found
not-
them.
He
but
found them, but
they
like,
were dead still,
they were
regardless, right?
But then Frank Castle's family was killed also.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
like they very similar origin stories. I think they can make something that's very very cool out of that.
Who made the third Max Payne game? Why can't I remember this?
Rockstar?
No, they made the
Rockstar?
first 2.
Rockstar, I know Rockstar
No,
at least
They
published it.
Yeah, they did.
Rockstar developes and publishes all their own games.
I don't think.
Yeah,
they
I
made-
don't think I've ever seen Rockstar just publish a game. Usually they develop
Regardless,
it.
but no, that would be pretty sweet. But no, I am totally cool with giving them like the complete creative freedom because take the inspiration and take the the structure and the history of these characters and just run with it.
Because
I'm
the
down.
persons that's in charge of this project for Marvel said we're giving them complete creative control. We're letting them do what they want to do. They were like, here are the ingredients. We're just helping you with the ingredients. You make whatever you want.
Mm.
Is literally what Marvel told all of these game developers, which is super exciting.
And it's such an untapped market too.
Dude,
There's so much creative freedom.
Well, and there's a way to tackle it like video games have never been tackled before. Like, it's not, I mean, yes, there's been established universes in video games before, but for Marvel to bring the success that they've done with their cinematic universe and bring it over to the video game world is nuts. Like, people are going to go crazy for that.
So I'm an idiot, and I totally flipped my Max Payne things. The first two were made by Remedy. Same people who made Alan Wake and
Interesting.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
I fucking knew that. My brain just totally shut down for a second. Yeah.
See, 'cause
Rockstar, I think they published those older games, but it was original.
that's
yeah.
very
And then
interesting.
Rockstar made the other. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I learn something new every day.
Publisher.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
Rockstar.
and I know that for a fact I've seen Rockstar's name like on
I don't know why
every
the
on every
fuck
game.
I forgot that. I'm such a huge Max Payne fan.
On all
I'm
of
mad
it.
at myself now.
Yeah, on all of those properties, but I mean that does make sense.
I'm still holding this standard to how well I expect these new Marvel games to be. They need to be as good as Spider-Man 64.
Dude, if you've watched any
Dude,
of the
the-
trailers,
Logan
Maybe-
knows.
yeah.
have
Yeah.
you watched the trailers? Like the Civil War trailer is just like, oh shit.
What are you talking about? For these games?
Yeah, for the games.
There's no gameplay though.
Well, there's no gameplay, but just like the direction that they're going, like
The
way-
vibe is cool.
The
Yeah, yeah, I'll give
vibe
you
that they're giving of like how they're going to be telling their stories. It's so close to movie making. I mean, that's going to be incredible.
Spider-Man game showed some gameplay, and that shit looks.
I mean,
shit.
As mu-
Yeah,
as-
the movement through the city
Well, not that.
What
They
part
showed
is it?
some battle, like some quick battle.
ish, yeah, a little
A
bit.
little bit.
Yeah.
No,
as,
but
as much as I'm not really a fan of the Telltale games, like as far as like story wise and like how they tell stories, it's amazing.
It's emotionally gripping.
It's completely amazing how they tell stories and what their narratives are like, and those are insanely successful.
you're talking about the Batman Telltale game.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I can see them like wanting to have like such good stories like that to appeal to a bigger audience that maybe doesn't play games as much, but they want amazing gameplay and then to also have a movie going experience as far as storytelling goes. Like,
Yeah.
this is going to be amazing. I can't wait.
So, like, the Marvel universe is different than the comic universe, but each individual universe is still tied together. So all the movies affect each other, all the comics affect each
Right.
other. I wonder if all of the games will affect each other like
That's
that.
what he said. He
Yeah.
said that that's what they're trying to
all
build.
the games will be
will
connected.
will be interconnected.
That would be cool.
that's-
I didn't know
yeah.
if they'd specifically
Well, that-
declared
I think
that
they said
as
that
a-
that's the direction they want to go in. I don't think there's anything been said in concrete. It's more or less like, hey, it would be really cool if we could take the success of what they did with the movies and bring it over to the video game universe. That's what they're trying to do.
That would
be
be cool. I would like if the
That'd be really
stories
cool.
affected other games in terms of at least like referencing stuff, or,
Yeah.
or if one game ends with the character dying, then the other characters in other games would, acknowledge that.
You have to play the games in like this order in order to understand the chronology of everything that's
Yeah.
going on in the Marvel universe at this point in time.
That would be pretty
Think
cool.
about that. Like
I'm-
that would be
I'm
so
digging
fucking
it.
cool. Because that's kind of the main reason why I think that Marvel's cinematic universe has been so successful is because they've been able to do that so well.
Well, I know a lot of
Slight
people.
changes.
Yeah,
It's like-
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I know a lot of people feel it's very scary kind of thing to get into comics. It's like, oh my god, there's so many, But when you start to realize, how they're connected and which ones you like, it's just so fascinating. I think
Mhm.
I love how they do that within their own universe. I love how things affect each other.
AKA subtitle Secret Wars.
Right.
Secret Wars.
That's what Logan said.
Well, and,
Dude, that would
Secret
be a
War's
fucking
so good.
crazy game.
That's what I'm saying.
Holy Jesus!
and think about how many
God mode, Dr.
people
Doom.
will continuously go see Marvel movies, even though they're not necessarily fans of the comics, but they'll just go see Marvel movies because like of that reason and because of the stories that they tell and how well they're done.
We were talking about Logan and Old Man Logan today.
Yeah, we were actually.
He's like, "What's the big difference?" I'm like, "Well, in Old Man Logan, he's like super old."
Wait a minute, are you talking about The Last of Us or are you talking about
Shut up.
Are you talking about Logan? Oh, okay. Just want to make sure. Saving one can save them all, spoiler alert.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm just saying, like, a big difference between like the Logan movie and Old Man Logan is Old Man Logan. He's like hundreds of years old, not counting when he was born. I mean, just after the initial X-Men bullshit. But in this one, obviously, it doesn't look like it's been hundreds of
He's
years.
aged
It's-
quite a bit,
He's
but
aged,
not like
yeah.
not
Well,
super bad.
didn't they say the year's like 2030 or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
I can't remember because are all of the Fox X-Men movies, are they all canon with each other?
We don't know about this Logan one. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's
I don't think it
connected to
is.
the original series or if it's
Because
the
they
new
had
series
like the
or
Logan
whatever.
spinoff, and didn't they show him being way older, or like he was born in like the 1800s?
Jean-Luc
Yeah.
Picard
So I was
is
telling him, he's like, "Wait a minute, what?" And I'm like, "No, like Logan was
Yeah, that's
born
right.
in like the 1700s."
Yes, it's
He was
somewhere
born- he was
along.
born-
And he's
like
like,
around
"How did
Civil
he?"
War.
And he goes, "How did he have adamantium?" I'm like, "No, he didn't have that originally. He had like bone claws
Right.
that
Which-
came out."
Yeah, which totally
Yeah.
brought me back to reality. I totally remembered his origin story after you said that to me, and I was like, "Oh, that's right." I don't read comics very often. I try to read them when I can, but like sometimes I forget
He
stuff.
fought,
There's a lot
like,
to
3
remember about
wars.
comics. So
Yeah, he was in and
World-
that's the other thing I told him. Like,
Yeah,
well,
World
in
War II.
Wolverine, he was in World War II and he protected that dude from the Hiroshima bomb and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So
Well, in the comics, he fought with Captain America.
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
comics, they fought together in World War II.
He was in Civil
Don't
War.
bring that name up. You
So
know how-
here's a pop quiz for you.
Steve.
What's Wolverine's given name?
It's Jimmy.
No,
no,
Yeah, it is.
you're close.
No,
You're
James.
close.
It's like James.
It's James, yeah.
Well,
James.
that's like abbreviation for Jimmy.
Well,
like a
they're
nickname
the
for
same
Jimmy.
amount of letters,
It's
so
the same thing.
Yeah.
so they're not
Yeah.
an abbreviation, but
Jean-Luc, Patrick Stewart is.
Just call him Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah,
It's
sorry,
okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. We know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Jean-Luc Picard is Bay. No, Patrick Stewart is Charles Xavier. So I mean, they brought in 2 of those characters from the older X-Men movies. So
Yeah.
it could still be an alternate universe.
It could.
It might not exist in the same timeline.
but it is a strong indicator that
But-
it could be.
Hold
yeah,
on.
I expect it to.
Yeah.
Hold on. There's one little like missing piece of information, but Professor X died in X3: The Last Stand because he got killed by Phoenix.
They retcon that.
Yeah. What?
No.
What do you mean? What do you mean they're retconning that?
They changed it when he went back in time and saved everybody.
Oh.
But you know what's so weird?
Days
is
of Future Past destroyed that entire timeline of the first 3 X-Men
Yeah.
movies.
Okay, I guess
No,
I,
he did.
I haven't seen Days
He
of Future
changed
Past,
the
though,
entire
so-
time.
But if you think about it, if the Days of Future Past older X-Men are that same canon universe, how is he alive? If he died, if the Phoenix killed him, how is he alive in Days of Future Past?
He's not well because Days of Future
Because
Past.
none of that happened.
But to get to that point, it had to have happened.
Ish.
My brain is full of fog.
That's what I'm saying. To get there, unless that was like,
Like in Apocalypse, Jean Grey's there, and you see her do the Phoenix bullshit. You know, all the way through.
I hate the timeline of this
But
fucking
that's a
movie.
prequel.
I hate it so much, dude. It's so
That's a
stupid.
bad.
prequel.
No, I know, especially you being the guy who gets most of the comics too. No, I can understand that.
What do these words mean?
Oh god. Well, and if it's all canon, even the new ones, it's like, how is she the Phoenix twice? How is the Phoenix?
I don't know.
It's so
Yeah,
dumb.
they
It's
never.
so-
The storyline of
there's-
that's so fucking.
there's
My
a lot-
brain's
there's-
full of
there's
fuck.
a lot of
It
messed
just
up
makes me
bullshit.
angry.
But no,
I
I will
could
agree.
roll.
I'm very excited because how many times have you seen? And I'm pulling this out of my ass. You know, like I have a shit ton of the Batman graphic novels in my room, and that's totally different like timelines in general. Like I have Year One, I have Long Halloween, I have
Talking about Marvel, Pat.
Killing Joke.
You can talk about Batman now.
You know, I'm just talking about like changing and kind of building your own story in that universe, but kind of making it your own all the way through, which makes me excited for like Josh is splurging over the video games. You know, it's just if you give guys creative, you know, freedom like that, you can come up with some crazy fucking good stories.
That's the
And that's the way it
problem.
should be.
That's the problem that the movie industry has been locked to for years.
But trying to keep that canon when you could actually make a good story that's not canon.
Right. Well, and the thing is that like the X-Men movies were like cool when I was like when I was younger, you know, because like I wanted to see those stories being told, but I didn't know that they could actually be told in the right way. You know what I mean? So like the Marvel movies, for example, have just storytelling wise and all of the like the ways that they get you attached to the characters, even though you don't know anything about comic books, but it makes you a fan of those heroes because of the way that they can emotionally connect with you, like through the character development, is crazy to me. And so for them to be able to they're going to mesh 2 worlds together. People that like don't play video games but love comics, and then people that play hardcore video games all the time that also love comics, and it's kind of being thrown into the same game in a sense.
Well, like the one thing that I'm most excited for Infinity Wars is because I've read the entire original Infinity Wars, which if you haven't, go fucking read it. It's amazing.
I'm sorry.
But anyway,
We're sorry.
But like one of the key figures, and they've only like Easter egged hint at him, but one of the key figures on how they beat Thanos in the original Infinity Wars was Adam Warlock. and there's like they haven't even touched him. They haven't even like there was just that slight Easter egg in the collector's area in Guardians of the Galaxy.
I remember that area.
And so like me personally, I'm very excited, but also being a fan of the original comics. Not to piss me off, but I'm also slightly scared because I'm like, how are they going to tie the Soul Gem into beating Thanos? Or maybe they'll do something completely different. I don't know. But it makes me, I'm way more, it's like 80-20. Like, I'm very much more excited than I am, like, nervous on the canon. Because, yes, obviously, there's the hardcore people that would like, oh, I want that, that traditional canon. But then I'm also the optimist. I'm like, if it's a different story and it works well, totally down for it.
I want something completely different. And look at Arkham. Look at the success of Arkham City.
Yeah.
Rocksteady told
the Arkham series in general.
Yeah, the Arkham series in general. Rocksteady told the story the way they wanted to tell it. Mm-hmm. And they were all huge Batman fans. And dude, they made that the most successful comic book video game in history.
Do you remember all those theories going out on whether the Joker was actually dead at the end of Arkham City? Like, people were wondering, they're like, there's no way he's dead. There's no way he's fucking dead. And then all of a sudden...
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, well, whatever. It's been out forever.
Yeah, it's super old.
But then, and then you start Arkham Knight and you're like, oh, he's officially
the fact
dead.
that they brought him back and
but the way they did was really good.
The representation of Batman as a character was one of the most incredible ways of interpreting it that I've ever seen. Like, having him follow you the whole game was just like being that little voice inside your mind. Like, it was a perfect ending to the trilogy, and it was a perfect like finale for Mark Hamill as that character.
Did you ever do the Easter egg on the New Game Plus on Arkham Knight?
I haven't played New Game Plus on Arkham Knight yet. I've beat it all the way through. I leveled up all the way. I've done a lot of the challenges, but honestly, they gave you so much content with Arkham Knight. There's no way I'll be able to finish it.
If you do New Game Plus on Arkham Knight, and it says press X to burn Joker. If you wait,
oh yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah, if you wait for a long time, like it's not a long time, it's like 45 seconds. But if you just sit there and stare at him at the screen, sooner or later, he just wakes up and starts like laughing at you maniacally while he's burning the entire time. Because after a while, no matter what, if you don't click X, it'll just start burning in the original playthrough. But if you do number 2, it's just a tiny little like fun Easter egg. But yeah, and even though he's physically dead, obviously in the series, but it's just like a throwback to where
weird.
The fire consumes him and he just laughs.
He just keeps laughing and laughing and laughing
at you. Burns him alive.
Because he has
absolutely
like a super
terrifying.
High pain tolerance, right?
Well, no, he's dead. Like,
he's just dead.
He's dead.
He's just insane.
It's just a representation of the Joker, like on the New Game Plus. It's like, oh, you beat it, you know exactly what's going on, and yeah, you could just sit there and enjoy the beginning of the game again. And here's just a little bit of sprinkle for you.
It's Bruce Wayne's mind because
I want to do that salt sprinkle meme right now.
It's Bruce Wayne's mind because of what happened to Joker, and you can see the toll that it takes on him through the last game. But anyway, like as far as like storytelling experiences go, like. What I'm talking about there with the Arkham games is what Marvel is going for. And like
they need to.
Dude, then think about it this way. DC is like even very successful like in the video game realm. Like that trailer of Injustice 2 was way better than any DC movie they've ever put out.
And that's another story. That's another story they've done that was super good.
Yeah.
Superman goes bad.
NetherRealm came up with... Didn't NetherRealm come up with that concept of the... Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was NetherRealm's
never played the game, but I watched the hour-and-a-half long like cinematic movie on YouTube. Just watched all the cinematics.
I kind of want to do that,
actually. It's really good.
Lois Lane dies. Superman loses his mind and goes crazy.
I didn't know. I did know that.
That's just an Injustice 1, right?
That's
Injustice 1.
Like, even I know that. I didn't
know. Injustice Joker puts his entire arm through Joker's torso and rips out his heart.
Pushes Superman to the one thing he would never do.
Yeah.
And again, another reason why Joker is my favorite villain.
Yeah, because Lois died carrying their unborn child.
Yep.
Yeah, and Superman lost his shit.
Yep.
So...
Good story, though.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm disagreeing with you where you have the chance to create your own
lore.
Just have the creativity and have the freedom to do that, and it can be successful. There's multiple, and it's not just that. I mean, we've been talking about there's multiple series and everything that can do that. But Marvel, with all the stories it has and everything, I'm totally down.
And just the stupid amount of characters and stuff too that they can pull from.
That they can bring in, and like new character reveals that they can bring in not only through terms of story, but in terms of gameplay. Like think if you were just surprised with the Marvel hero out of nowhere that you got to play as during your time. So kind of like the Catwoman Batman dynamic in Arkham City. Think about like if you were playing a Spider-Man game and then all of a sudden like Tony Stark comes in there in heroic fashion, and then all of a sudden you get to control Iron Man as part of DLC,
Right.
to complete the gaps of the story that's of the Spider-Man game.
Mhm.
Think about like how cool that shit would be, and they're not even going to tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're just going to pick it up out of nowhere.
Or you can do ridiculous stuff. Like, did you ever watch the Flash movie Flashpoint?
I did not.
Basically, yeah, I won't go long on this. Flash runs so fast that he accidentally like fucks with time and kind of goes to an alternate, like I don't want to say dimension, but an alternate timeline.
That's classic
to
Flash.
where instead of Bruce Wayne's parents dying in the alleyway, Bruce himself gets shot and killed. He's the only one that dies. His dad ends up becoming Batman, but he's a way darker version of Batman. Like he actually kills people and
I've heard
stuff.
about this.
Oh,
but
damn.
but the best part of all is that
What?
it's Martha, his mom, like she's crying and like holding Bruce, and you can see the blood on her hand, and then she grabs her mouth like this, and as she's crying, and then she slowly starts laughing, and the blood creates like a smile, and Martha Wayne becomes the Joker in that timeline.
Way.
Like she becomes the Joker and his dad becomes Batman, and then there's a whole like that's what the movie's about is all the bullshit.
Damn,
It's
dude.
really good.
What?
It's really well done. Yeah, if you have not seen Flashpoint, fucking watch Flashpoint.
It's like that one thing.
really
from,
good.
It's like that one
Oh
thing.
my god, I have to see this.
Yeah,
Are
Are you
super-
shitting me?
Yeah, Martha Wayne becomes Joker and Bruce's dad, Thomas Wayne, becomes Batman. Yeah.
Wow. It's like from Tim and Eric Awesome Show where they're like.
Anyway,
Like,
I know we're running low on
Talk
time.
about-
If I can fit one more side.
No.
All right.
No.
What you
I
got?
don't want to. I
What
just
you
want to
got?
talk about the Switch a little bit.
Talk about the yes.
I'm
talk
gonna
about
say
the Switch.
like 10 words
Can we
before you
please?
do.
Can we
I'm
please?
gonna
Yeah.
say
Talk about
a little
the
bit.
Switch.
I
I'm
do-
gonna cut it in really quick. They have a new trailer for Elder Scrolls Morrowind
Oh yeah,
coming out.
my bad. Yeah.
Just
There you
watch
go.
the trailer.
It's
It's, gonna
really
be
good.
fucking cool.
It's
They
really
show a
good.
little bit of gameplay for the Warden class, and you're gonna
Ooh.
fight the Centurions.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
Is it gonna be a
Those
separate
fucking
map,
things?
or are they
It's-
just adding locations
No,
to the map?
it's a new continent.
It's a
area.
whole new
Yep,
continent?
It's
Awesome.
like
Love
they
it.
said, 30
It's-
hours of story
it's-
content, new PvP. Yeah,
it's the Morrowind.
No, I love it.
Right.
It's
No, it's
the
all right.
Morrowind.
Yeah, I
Right.
love it.
Talk about Switch. I just had to say
Yeah.
it because
But
I love you. So.
you know what? Who cares? Because they're not bringing
Logan runs off.
necromancer class in, so who cares?
So
I'm
before
coming back. I'll be
Now
gone
you're
in a
good.
minute.
Before the podcast, me and Josh watched an actually unboxing of the Nintendo Switch.
Is it officially out yet?
No,
Okay.
it comes out
No.
March 3rd. March 3rd is when Zelda and the Switch are released.
But the press are doing a very good job of covering it. I saw a picture on Twitter of Jessica Chobot holding hers, and it was the most unadulterated look of joy I have ever seen on anyone's face in my entire life.
She's so happy.
It's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. I was like, this is why I have Twitter.
So initially, just like looking at the unboxing and the way that it looks, obviously it's gonna be person to person. Like I have teeny tiny fucking hands all the way through. No, I'm not lying. I have baby hands.
He has Donald
Um,
Trump hands.
Yeah, have
I
teeny
wasn't
tiny
gonna
baby-
say it.
Ah!
I mean,
Beat to
look,
it.
look, if we compare it like this,
Oh my god.
yeah, I have.
Oh my god. Pat, why are your hands so tiny?
I have
Hold
to-
on, hold on. What the fuck?
I have-
You have baby hands.
I have little baby hands.
What is wrong with you?
The Switch, like the initial console, just the screen, not counting with the
Like the
Joy-Con
little-
controllers
yeah.
that they're calling them.
How many inches is the screen actually?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna
off the top
look.
of my head.
It looks.
Um,
I'm gonna guess 11 and a half.
Yeah, it's a little bit smaller than what I was expecting it to be when it comes to like if you were just playing.
a screen.
Yep.
That seems pretty big for a tablet.
It's
size.
big. It's big for like like imagine that little tablet that I have.
Uh-huh.
Imagine that just a little bit not as vertically.
I'm gonna
big.
say probably like 8. That seems 11 seems a little large for something like that though.
Or like 9.5 or something
Yeah,
like
so-
that. I could feel.
Are these specs not announced?
It's
Don't we know?
6.2. It's 6.2.
The screen?
Yeah,
is?
screen size, the LCD screen for the Switch controller.
6.2.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess it looked bigger with the paddles on it.
It always looks bigger.
I thought it would be bigger because like one of the phones that the last phone that I had, which was like the ZTE Grand Max X6 Plus, I don't know. It was some really long annoying title, but that was a 6.5 screen, which is about as big as a Kindle, more or less.
Yeah.
Which is still not bad. I mean, it's not bad at all. It's HD display. It's only 720, but I mean HD in my opinion is HD. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna complain.
There's
so.
small stuff though. Watching the unboxing that I really enjoyed. One of them was so on the charge port, like where you would plug it into your your TV instead of just playing it mobile.
Like the dock for the
dock,
screen.
yeah, where,
Okay.
yeah, you put in.
Okay.
Get this. Get this.
Yeah, there's an actual, and this is just us being audio guys too. Cable management is always like trying to not make everything look messy and all that shit. There's actually a thing on the back that you can open up, and that's where your actual HDMI and all that all those plugins are. The thing on the side is just like a little tiny kind of like opening, so you can condense all your cables into that one showing, so you don't have cables popping out of the fucking thing the entire time.
You could
when it comes to unplugging it and all that stuff. So
Oh my god,
that's really nice.
I jizzed myself over that.
So the Joy-Con controllers, they looked really good. Obviously, we were watching the hands or the unboxing video. Obviously, even in my little baby hands, it's get the Joy-Con like multiplayer is going to be tiny. The only thing that kind of looked a little weird, and we were talking about it, is while the buttons, the distance between the
D-pad,
the D-pad, or I'm sorry, the buttons and the joystick are the same, but because of the way that the controllers themselves are set up when it comes to its true mode, one is like slightly farther to the left, and the other one is like a little bit more in the middle. So like if you were playing, one controller via the other controller, it's not gonna be crazy, but you're gonna have to like move your hand a little bit more.
There will be a difference in controller.
So there's a slight difference. I mean, like the buttons, like you said, the button distance is the same, but where the buttons are positioned on each controller are different.
Well, and one of the guys was complaining about the buttons being too small. Like, I mean, he was genuinely concerned about it, and I was like, you know what? Like, all of the Nintendo controllers that have ever been made have all had buttons that were really close
to each other. Yeah.
Japanese, and it's like if you've ever played an arcade fighter before, I mean, you know that like it's a lot, or just a fighting game in general. It's easier if you're playing on a D-pad to roll your thumb on.
That's why I play D-pad instead of like analog, because I feel like I'll tend to jump on accident, but when I do D-pad, I can actually feel I'm clicking forward, not up.
Yeah, it's like they took like a fighting game approach to like how you move with it, and so like to me, like I don't see an issue with it, but then again I'd have to hold it.
I have stupidly wide thumbs though. Like
so do I.
A lot of people's thumbs are more like long. Mine are like just really wide.
Yeah, I have sausage fingers.
Well, that's what I was joking about.
I don't really know. I don't know if that might not work for me.
Well, that's why I was joking about. It's like if you click right on the joystick and like your hands is so close to each other, like I can see somebody accidentally like hitting their thumb while they're trying to click a button.
Yeah,
well,
like,
I mean that's kind of
the joystick to button looks really close.
I mean that's kind of a fun mode anyway. That's not its primary mode. You're either going to be like in the tablet, like where they're on the side where it's not an issue, or you're going to be at home on a console with the Pro Controller. Right. So like you could do one of those things,
or the freehand.
Yeah, or you could do freehand too. So
yeah.
like I mean, it's up to you. There's lots of different ways to approach how you play stuff. But like if you're in a car and you're bored and you want to play Mario Kart with somebody, like don't tell me you're still not going to have fun, like mash on that little itty bitty controller, like trying to play Mario Kart.
I never said that. I never said I wouldn't have.
Right.
I'm just saying that my massive thumbs might not be able to.
Yeah.
Who's got bigger hands, Logan? Me or you?
Well, I don't know. My hands are super big. My palms are pretty wide, but I have really stupid wide. Touch thumbs.
My hand.
Actually, my
your fingers are longer. That's for sure.
My fingers are longer.
Guys, we're getting really intimate here on the podcast. Hold on.
I
have bigger hands than you.
Speaking of size, though, the one thing that me and Josh.
Speaking of size,
no, I mean that legitly, and he'll know why. The reason why. Speaking of size, fuck you.
Sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
The size of the cartridges. They showed the cartridge like straight up.
The amount of money that Nintendo is spending on the packaging for these video games are ridiculous because they're the size of a 3DS cartridge, like maybe a little bit bigger.
Like the box that the game comes in,
regular
is like
video game
yay
size.
Big, like
it's
yay
disc
big
size.
And you open it up, and then there's just a little cartridge.
Itty bitty cartridge.
This big.
I wonder if it's a marketing thing where they want people to like associate it with console sales, or if it's just cheaper to just buy the generic base box.
That's a good point.
I'm wondering if because they could sell it as a 3DS box, but I wonder if that's like too confusing and they want to keep that.
That's a good point.
That's probably how it is.
Yeah.
What it confuses me though is like Zelda obviously is the first game coming out, but I'm like they can fit Skyrim on a fucking cartridge.
Yeah. Oh, dude, this looks legit.
You're only gonna get like an hour out of your out of your.
That's
Switch,
the other thing we saw.
That's
yeah,
cool.
Josh, remember? That was the
So,
thing that they put on top.
What
that
I
we
was
were talking
showing
about.
them,
Yeah.
it's like you can put the Joy-Cons in like a grip, kind of like the PS Vita had a grip thing. Where
Yeah,
you put your whole
cool.
Vita in and have like kind of what your hands can actually hold, so you don't have to
Mhm.
use
Right,
your fingers.
exactly.
And
The
they
Vita was so goddamn uncomfortable to hold.
that
Yeah.
came at least it looked like it came with their initial version of that. And
Right.
they have like the wrist pads and stuff too, or not the wrist pads, but the wrist straps.
I don't
Right.
think those
You
come
know, and
bundled.
shit.
Because I'm
Probably
looking at a
not.
box content and it doesn't have those grips per
Oh, maybe.
Joy-Con.
Maybe they got them on extra.
It said it
Well,
was $15 for those
I mean,
grips.
that's still not terrible. I mean, especially like when you consider all the use you can get out of it, you know, and how much more you would enjoy your game for buying it. I mean, it's not terrible.
One thing they talked about that kind of seemed weird, and I saw it on the video all the way through. It only has a one-sided kick pad, where you can just balance it like when you're sitting there
Yeah.
and you just want to play like free game mode or whatnot.
Right.
They said specifically it looked like it was actually like if you don't have it pushed out all the way, like let's say you're just like click and then you just try to put it
Yeah.
down. If you don't have it pushed out all the way, that like they tried to put it on, it fell over.
Ah,
Like the first time they put it on.
you probably want to use it correctly.
you have to be
right?
gentle with it. If
Well-
you drop it, you're
Well, it's not
fucked.
that, but it's just it seems like I don't know why they didn't do like on your surface right here. Why they didn't do just an entirely back kick pad instead of
don't
just
know.
a one side?
That is
little,
interesting,
It's
yeah.
like the kick pad or it's just
Not
like
very
that big.
structurally
The
sound,
kick
is it?
stand. I keep saying kick pad. The kick stand is like
Yeah.
that big.
Could be a
Another
kickback.
thing that was really cool though was, and they said it too, when once you snap those into the Switch, it doesn't really feel like that they're gonna just like pop off on any instant.
You
know
don't
what I
want
mean?
them to.
Yeah.
Well,
Your screen
that's
just
what you're
falls out
talking
when
about.
you're holding-
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck.
Yeah, and then it's gone. $300 gone without you trying.
They had a lot of positive things to say about the design of the Switch.
Yeah, the design
Their
itself.
only
Yeah.
concern was like the puppy dog ear controller. They were like, this will take a lot of getting used to, and then
You
they
mean like the big flat controller where you hook the Joy-Con so when it's up to the TV?
right,
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
It looks a little awkward. I wondered about
He
that.
said
'Cause
it's
the Pro whatever controller looks cool,
Yeah,
but the Joy-Cons looked a little weird.
well, and you got to think the Pro controller is probably going to be their main demographic for people that actually want to play it with a
Like
controller.
sit down on console, and
Yeah,
and
it's
play
just
a
another
TV.
way you can do it. And it's another way that they're giving you to do it for free.
Yeah.
That comes with the design of the actual console itself. But
The
overall,
you mean the attachment for the Joy-Con?
right,
Okay,
right. The attachment. They also, they were like, "Oh man, we're gonna have so many milk tournaments," and I was like,
Milk turn.
"Milk tournaments?"
We're not lying when we say that word. Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, the whole point of the game is just like where you go up to a cow's udder and you just milk it."
on 1-2 Switch, that's one of the.
Wait,
Yeah.
What?
That's weird.
Yep.
Remember when Wii Sports came out and
Yeah.
all those stuff?
How-
Like one of the dumb
Lots of
games.
that.
is-
Yeah. You like that?
This is
You shouldn't.
You guys like that?
One.
because that's my
How about-
side movie.
how-
Thanks, Worth. I was somebody picked it up.
How about you, audience? You guys like that?
One.
No, it's just really fast and then you stop. You
Wait a
don't
minute,
make-
is it in yet?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, and the 1-2 Switch is just it's dealing with all the HD Rumble like shenanigans. Yeah, you see me doing
He's
this.
doing it right now.
You got the marbles game, you got the quick draw game, you got the milking game, you got all
Yeah.
the shenanigans. But one thing, and I'm not a fan of it personally. I think it's just a dumb like money grabbing idea from Nintendo. But a cool way that I feel to put it into big games like Zelda or Mario or stuff like that, and it's mainly just flavor text all the way through. But they also got 2 amiibos that they had ordered with and this is just like for Zelda fans that would really like enjoy it.
Fucking amiibos, dude.
So amiibos are, in my person, amiibos dumb. It's just like, oh, I buy this thing and I can like upload a character into a game and whatnot.
Not
But
things.
for Zelda fans all the way through, it's pretty cool. So they got the Breath of the Wild amiibo, which I don't know what that does. But they also got, apparently it's compatible. They got a Twilight Princess one with like Link in his wolf mode.
I know some of
That-
these words.
Yeah.
What?
In Twilight Princess, you could turn into a wolf and stuff.
Even I know that.
Anyway, so you know how in Fallout you had your little dog companion all the way through?
Yeah.
Apparently, the Twilight Princess amiibo you get, if you upload it in the Breath of the Wild, you just get a wolf companion
Well, that's
like
pretty
to
cool.
go with you the whole time. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty fucking
They
sweet.
should just included that in the full game. God damn it!
Dude, I'm sure there's going to be a collector's where they have that. And it's so cool because they're blending like the physical pre-order world with the future of digital content. Like those figures are so fucking cool. They're detailed as absolute hell. Like, I mean, and this isn't like you know, the Wii U amiibos. This is a completely different
or
level.
like Skylanders.
Like
or
I have a
something.
Link,
No.
I have a Link one in my room that's pretty good looking,
It's-
but the
it's
ones
good
that
looking.
we saw are like crazy.
Are
good looking.
crazy. Like
Yeah.
we're talking like collector's edition type of collectible size amiibos
Yeah.
that are that detailed. And so like for me, like I'm just like I want that. I have to have that. You know, it's,
It looked
like
really cool. It looked really good.
like and
And
most
it's gonna have
people-
something in. I'm sorry, it's gonna have something in
Right.
the game though that's worth it. You know.
Exactly. And most people thought, like, I mean, of course, like you had your diehard Nintendo fans that were like, oh, you know, like, yeah, I'm totally going to get get these amiibo figurines or whatever. But, you know, somebody like me that doesn't like play with Nintendo systems that often anymore, is just kind of like, man, I don't need it. But like when I saw that Breath of the Wild Zelda amiibo, I was like,
It's like,
I have to have this. I need this. So for them to kind of like take that figurine like pop, like those figures,
The
what are those
pop cap?
figures? What are, yeah, are,
The pop cap, right?
Oh, the
Pop
pop cap,
cap.
yeah.
that for them to take like how popular those are and like combine it with the amiibo and like kind of like take it to the next level is just amazing to me. It's like almost every game you buy is going to have a collector's edition, and oh my god, oh I'm so excited, I need it.
The last thing I'll bring up because I know we're running out of time.
Yeah, we're basically at time
And this
right
is
now.
and this isn't even but stuff that Josh saw. I don't know if any of you guys know this that I saw a video of. Nintendo's bringing up to the modern days, not only just with like the graphics and the console. Breath of the Wild's gonna have a season pass.
I heard
Really?
about that actually.
Right.
That's a
on.
first. That's a
There
first.
is going to be a season pass for Breath
That's
of the Wild.
awesome. So let me. Do we know anything
I don't know how
about?
much it is or anything.
Do
but
we know any? Like, I don't care. I'd buy it. Do we know anything about the online system? Do we know anything about friend codes? Do we
is
know?
there actual
Not
gamer
that I've
tags now?
seen.
Didn't we talk about this a little bit?
A little.
How
I talked about
it's
it because
gonna be like 30 some bucks,
'cause
but
I-
there's like tiers and you can get a game like once a month and then it goes away. We talked about this, right?
I don't know
I,
if
I
we
think
talked
I,
about
remember, I think I
this.
remember. Yeah, it was like 2
Hold
weeks
on.
ago when we talked about
Yeah.
it. I think so.
Yeah.
But
I was talking about.
I just
more
thought it was
friend
interesting
codes.
that Nintendo is bringing, season pass DLC like shenanigans.
I'll
Instead of
buy
having
it.
to pay
They're
Don't care.
embracing
DLC.
the year 28
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
this is 2011.
Nintendo was
They
the
were
Apple
lost
of
in
video game world.
2003, and now they're back to 2017.
Right.
Yep, don't care. I'm gonna buy it. Like for especially for those first party titles. No, and without question.
I
Give
like
it to
how
me.
it could be the biggest money grab bullshit ever, and Josh is like, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. I don't care.
Mhm.
I want it.
I probably agree with
Oh,
him.
are you
'cause
are you
I'm a
gonna make
Zelda
another
fanboy.
Donkey Kong Country for Nintendo Switch? Oh, you're making a season pass for that? Take my money, Nintendo.
Shut up and take my money.
Take all of it.
Do a Donkey Kong 64 like open world bullshit
Oh my
again.
god.
Just my pain.
Oh, dude, think about the Pokemon. Think about like the console Pokemon game that they're gonna bring over, and oh, if you want like pre-order and get Mew, done.
I just want Mario Party so we can all
Mine.
trash talk each other.
I know we've kind of mentioned this before. They need to give take all the Pokemon and just be like, all right, Bethesda, Skyrim Pokemon, and just do it. So,
I don't know. Still to this
God.
day, I don't know why they haven't done an open
Do you-
world like MMO Pokemon
Do you
game.
know how many people would lose their fucking minds?
Well, an MMO Pokemon on the caliber of something like Skyrim, whatever.
Would-
it
Yeah,
would
no,
be.
would-
I
would-
that would
would
end
absolutely
all gaming.
lose their minds.
That'd be
That's
the last
the
thing
game to
I'd
end all
play.
games.
You would even buy a Nintendo game.
I'll probably get the Switch eventually because it looks cool, and
I will
if
definitely
there's
get it.
better
I'll pick it up.
gaming support for something I like, because I mean, Breath of the Wild looks cool, but I don't like care about.
I'm
Zelda.
still waiting
You
on
know,
a new
it's just-
Smash game.
So,
I want a new Smash game.
Smash game. Yeah.
but I think we're
you
done.
know it's in the works.
think
You
we're
know,
done.
you know,
Yeah.
Smash in the works.
We're done.
Yeah, we
We
had
are
some.
done.
It's the
We had
podcast.
good talking points tonight. I liked it.
That was like it's been a we had to kind of skip last week, but that's okay.
Shit,
We had
I'm
so
we're
much
working
to
on
talk
it.
about.
We're working on it. I promise that video will be up soon.
Yeah.
There were so many things to talk about tonight anyway. Oh man, it was so good. It felt so good blowing my load
Blowing
on
your load.
everything I wanted
Giggity.
to talk about. What about you, Pat? What's
Also,
up?
this last final thing. I am getting ready to upload my first episode of my segment that I've been working on
Woo.
for a while.
And what's that
Um,
segment called?
It's called N for Nostalgia.
Nice. I like
Yep.
it. And is also and,
Oh,
and also
damn.
sort of-
I'll keep the game a secret that I'm playing. It's not a truly old school like nostalgia game. It is an old nostalgia game for me personally. I know Josh will probably be jumping in on a few episodes because he's played it and all that. So,
I'd like to. Too.
Yeah, especially for
oh
the,
yeah, you guys are more than welcome to.
especially for all the cringe scenes. I will definitely be there for the cringe scenes. One of the most cringe-worthy scenes in video gaming is in this game.
You just reminded me of what he was playing when you said that. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't remember. I was like, oh no, I remember.
Yeah,
now.
no,
Even
that's-
I know about this reference you're talking
yeah,
about.
it's pretty bad.
It's the most cringe-worthy thing ever.
It's so
It's
good.
gonna be amazing.
It's so good.
Nice.
But yeah, and normally it's supposed to be like me or somebody playing the game that I've played 8 million times and them going through for the first time. I'm playing it for this first round, but like I said, it's trial and error, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. But
Sweet.
yeah, that's all I got on that. So
Oh my god.
Okay, hurry up. What you got?
Nintendo Switch online service is going to be free until August.
nice.
That's a
It's
good idea.
going to be
That's a really good deal.
free. And not only that, but you're going to receive an NES game and a Super Nintendo game every month for free.
So what I read before though is that the free games they offer go away every month. So
It just says monthly game download.
okay. Well, because
So
I don't know if it was
know.
I don't know if what I saw was a rumor or what, but originally it said when the month is over and it switches to a new game, it takes it away.
If they're smart, they will let you keep it.
So
Yeah.
hopefully,
If they're smart, they'll let you keep
Hopefully.
it.
Who
Future
knows?
will tell.
As long as you keep the subscription, they'll let you keep it.
I'm hitting the stop button now.
All
Good.
right.
So we're
Episode
done.
67. We love you guys.
Bye.
Burr.